All right, peace, 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 peace. We back up in this motherfucker. Real quick before I actually go in, let me just make sure everything good. Peace to everybody in the chat room. Peace to all the gods, all the goddesses, all the aborigines, north, south, central, and the conjoining islands. This is part two. So let's continue. But before I start, um, I want to definitely Brother Truth live stream. I mean pay-per-view that will be on tomorrow. Um, this is hold on, let me pull up. This is the actual flyer for it. Aboriginal TV presents The Dark Side of DNA Part 2 with the Brother Truth. This is going to be tomorrow, January 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern, right? So the way you can access your tickets is the Cash App is that's Ab TV Cash App on the banner of my screen is $ it's scalping season. You send the $25 to the email, and when you send the 25, no, I'm sorry, you send the $25 through the Cash App, and when you put the Cash App in, you put your email in the description. So he'll email you the link once you make your payment. So please support the brothers. This is some heavyweight information, and these brothers done put a lot of hard work into putting the DNA. And understand this: the more information you have, the more it'll be harder for these people to trick you into going out there putting the spit in the tube or whatever method they got today of them telling you where you're from or your DNA strands or any of that other shit. So these brothers gonna be going deep with this information. Um, and like I said, 23andMe, I don't know how much that shit is these days, or these multiple different DNA companies that be charging. But I think 23andMe used to be like $100. So $25 to, what I'm saying, to not be deceived by these people is well worth it. So please support the pay-per-view tomorrow. Once again. Okay, once again, it's right here. Aboriginal TV presents The Dark Side of DNA, Part 2, with the brother Truth Searcher. And remember, it's going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay? And I'm gonna actually leave up. Let me see something. Hold up. I'm gonna leave up his Cash App. So that's the Cash App. Once again, it's $ It's scalping season. So definitely support the brother. This brother do good work. This brother's very these brothers very well informed when it's dealing with DNA. So this is definitely you definitely want to be there. You definitely don't want to miss out on this build. So peace of the gods, peace of the goddesses. All right, so before I left out, I told y'all I was gonna show y'all something. So let me see something real quick. Let me make sure I was gonna show y'all the Mayan number, right? All right, so this is the image of supposed to be Saint Clementine, right? And they saying that he's supposed to be from Rome, or he's one of the Well, actually, I think Saint Clementine was. Oh yeah, all right, okay. He's the bishop of Rome, all right. But look at the bottom of this shit. Let me see something real quick. Hold up. This is something I always found interesting, right? Now look, it's saying Saint Clementine is said to have known Saint Pete, Saint Luke. All right, Barnabas, right? Barnabas, right? Um, no, this is not what I was looking at. I got it on. It's another image I got that give a better commentary on it. But nonetheless, though, let's get into why I pulled the picture up. All right, so shout out to my brother that actually said that this is the Mayan number. So now look, this supposed to be a Roman bishop, right? A saint, right? Now look, these numbers right here, right? This number system right here, right? You see the number system? Everybody can see this number system. I'm gonna blow it up for you real big so you can see it, right? Look, this is the Mayan number system right here. Now look, let's cross-reference this. I actually got the book, but I can't find it. Or I can't find exactly what I was looking at. So this right here, let me zoom out. So this is the Mayan number charts, right? This is some of the Mayan number charts, okay? So look, if you go right here, which one was it? 37. Look, 37. 37 got the 1, 2, 3, and then it got the 3 lines on it, right? Number 37, right? So that's identical. This is the Mayan number chart. What is it doing on a Roman emperor? Or not a Roman emperor, but a so-called saint that's over there in Rome. And like I said, look, it's a lot of funny type of stuff when it's dealing with this history because some people saying that this picture was over here. I don't have no supporting information to put that out there, but what I can connect is the number system of 37 that is actually on his scarf. What is that number system doing there? Okay, what is that number system doing there? Once again, show you the number system right here. This is 37 right here. Let me move it up. 37 is right here. You guys see it, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go back to the picture. Like I said, America is this shit is it's a lot of shit dealing with this continent that people don't truly understand. And I could do a build pretty much on anything, but I like to do a build mostly on the mystics and the stuff that I've ran across in my time that didn't add up to what we being told. So even when it's dealing with the term Moors, and I just want to say this, I'm not telling nobody they Moors. You choose to be who you are, and I've never told nobody they're Moors. I've said I'm a Moor. And when people try to challenge me saying Moors wasn't from over here, then the only thing I could do is do my due diligence and show and prove why I say what I say. I'm not saying what I'm saying because I'm ignorant to the fact that, oh, Moors is from North Africa, Moors is from Mauritania, Moors is from Morocco, right? I'm not ignorant to that, right? So, boom, we're clear on that, right? Y'all do see the number system, right? Let me see. I just want to make sure you guys are on point. 'Cause I know sometimes people get in the chat room and people just be talking back and forth, right? And look, yeah, 37, right? So y'all see that. He said all 40. You said all 34. He said, is that number 13 in mine? Nah, it's 37, God. Um, so y'all see that, right? What is the Mayan number system doing on a so-called Catholic saint? Somebody please edify me. Maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe I'm wrong. Are them not the same numbers, or is them not the same symbol that I just showed you that's within the Mayan number system? I'm talking to y'all in the chat room. I want some feedback on this. Put back Ab TV Cash App. So I'm trying to get some feedback from this. Y'all do see it. All right, okay. All right, okay. So y'all see that, right? Y'all clear on that, right? That should be something that we should definitely be curious about. Why is this number system? Why is the number system that was created, right, on the once again, we're gonna show it again just to, for anybody who may have missed it prior to me showing it, right? So this is 37 right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you guys see the number system, and it's the same symbol that is on Saint Clementine, Saint Clement scarf, right? Number 37, right? So it was something else I wanted to show y'all earlier, right? Hold on, let me make sure. What map was that? Let me just go back through these maps real quick. I think, all right, boom, here you go, right here. We right here. All right, so look, let me zoom out. Let me just make sure you guys know where we at. Once again, right? We're in Barbary, right? We're in Barbary. See the Mediterranean right here, right? See all this, right? Boom. Barbary, right here, right? And I'm not saying because some of these maps are deceiving too, right? But for the most part, we can cross-reference a lot of this information and see that a lot of these places that's over there was over here, right? All right, so let me blow it back up. I'm gonna blow it back up. And I'm looking for something particular. I'm looking for this right here, right? Look. Let me open it back up real quick. Granada, right? Look. Y'all see, do everybody see Granada up here? Granada. Everybody see this, right? I want some participation. Do everybody see Granada right here, right? We see Granada right here, right? Let me click back. Let me just make sure we get, hold on. Let me go back to my. So everybody see that, right? Everybody see Granada is in Africa, right? Just press one, man, if y'all fucking with this. All right, okay, so we clear on that, right? Now look at this. Look, we're clear. This is America, right? This is America, right? We're clear on this, right? And also right here by California, this is the Red Sea. They telling you the Red Sea was in Egypt, right? This is the Red Sea right there in the corner, right there. Look, let me see if I can open it up. You can't see it on this one, but I had another map that shows that this right here, where California is at, was once a sea, right? This is called the Red Sea, right? But what do we see on top right here? Do we see Grenada right here? Do we see Grenada right here, right? We do see Grenada right here, right? Is that not Grenada? So ain't Grenada supposed to be? And even when they look, check this out too, right? Just touching on this, right? Just for the sake of what we talking about, right? Let me see something. Hold up. Just for the sake of what we talking about, right? When you see the map of Montezuma, not Montezuma, Mansa Musa, they show you Grenada on it, right? They show you the map of Grenada when you look at the so-called image of Mansa Musa, right? But Grenada's right in this area right here. And even in that area right there, you can find multiple different artifacts that's basically with Montezuma name on it. Like Montezuma Castle and all that stuff is up in that same region right there, right? And that's some of the reasons what led me to think that Montezuma was Mansa Musa, right? But anywho, right, we see Grenada right here in America, right? Now, one would say if I was to ask you where Grenada was at, you would go back to here. You would go back to what you know, what you always know it, where you know it to be at, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think it was this. No, it's this one. You would think Grenada was right here, right? In Africa, right? Now look where Grenada's at. Grenada's actually where Spain is at. This is supposed all this shit right here will be Spain, right? And this part right here will be what we call Morocco, right? Down in this area, right? So once again, I'm gonna go back over what I did in the first bill just to clarify some things before I move forward to the next bill, right? So we got Maracas, right? We got Maracas right here, right? So let's go back to the pictures or the images. Let me see something. Just give me a second, people. Let me get back. It's down. Hold up. Hold up. I ain't go down. Hold up. I think it's this one. Let me see. All right, boom. Here we go. It's this one. So look. Once again, right? we at? We're in Florida once again, right? We're in Florida, right? And what do we got on the map right here? Let's see. Let's see. Hold up. Is this not Maraca? Is this not it? And it's spelled the same fucking way, right? Hiding right here in Florida, right? Hiding right here, right? So, let's see. Hold up. Here go another map of Florida, right? Showing and proving again, right? Another map of Florida, right? Where the fuck? Oh, Morocco right here. Look. Boom. Boom. Right here. Right here, right? So let's clarify that again. Oh, we don't need to clarify here. Same fucking spelling, bro. We can sit here and play games and sit here, and they spelling it multiple different ways. This ain't the way that Morocco spelled today, is it? Is this the way Morocco spelled today? No, it's not, right? So let's go to something else. Do I got some more research showing? Let me see. Hold up. I believe it's right in this area. I think it's this one. Peace to everybody in the chat room while we waiting for this to load up. And like I said, me personally, it is what it is with me. I'm not gonna sit back and just like, when it comes to being challenged on any information, like I've been showing improvement for years. When it comes to a lot of this research, hold up, let me hold it. That ain't what I'm looking for right there. I'm looking, let me go back. Let me see. What the fuck is that? Just bear with me, peoples. It's not on this one. It's on the other one, I think. Let me go back out. I think it's in this one, maybe. Let me see. It's not in this one. Hold up. Let me see. I think I got it in my pictures already. All right, hold up. No, I gotta go back out. Give me 1 second, people. Just to connect the dots. This is what we do here, right? All right, hold up. I think it's in this one. No, it's not in this one. Hold up. see. It might be in this one. I know I got it though. Just bear with me, people. Sorry for the delay. I think it's this one. Let me see something quick. Nah, that ain't it. All right. Well, look, I'm gonna move forward with it. If I find it while I'm playing the video, I'll go back to it. But let's just move it forward because I don't want to hold you people up. So, all right. So where I want to go now? So are we clear that we see Morocco right here, right? And it's spelled a totally different way. I mean, it just the vowels is just different and do have two R's, right? But then we also see it again right here in Florida, right? I just want to be clear. That's why I keep going back over it. A1 showed the map of Florida with motherfucking Morocco on it. So now you could sit there and you could deny it. You could deny, act like you haven't seen it, right? It's the same thing. It's spelled the same way with the two R's on it. Spelled the same fucking way with the two R's on it. Look, Marracou, right? Or that might be an A or U or whatever, but it's spelled the same fucking way. This is fucking Morocco right here. We don't need to sit here and play, right? So I just want to be clear on that, right? Let me see something. So are we clear on that? Is that not Morocco in Florida? I mean, I'm not the one who made the map. Is that not Morocco in Florida? I'm asking y'all in the chat room. I'm looking at the chat right now. Okay, y'all. Anybody else? Anybody else want to help me? We do see Morocco. It's spelled the same fucking way, right? Okay. All right. So look, one more time. Let's go back. Let's go back here before I leave this alone because it's on the other bill too, right? Hold up. So let's go back. Hold on, I need to shut one of these out because this shit too much shit is on. Let me shut that out. All right. Let me shut this one out. Let me get stick with this one. Just give me a second, cause this shit, when I be having all these pictures and everything open up, it make my computer run slow. And I do got a Dell with 1 terabyte in it, and this is actually a new computer. Um, so hold on, let's go back here. Let me see. All right, so besides seeing Morocco and Florida, right? Come on, computer, shit. All right. We can also we can also say that this can be a variation of Maraca too, right? Maraca, right? Or Moraca, right? I'm not saying it is, but I mean it's pronounced Maraca, right? Maraca, right? Maraca, also Maraca, Maraca, right? So I just want to know. I just want to get some feedback from the people. I mean, am I bugging by showing and proving on that? If I'm bugging somebody, please comment in the section. This I don't care if it's somebody who I rock with. If you don't have to agree with me or whatever, but am I bugging with what I'm showing here? I'm talking to y'all in the chat room. Am I bugging? Okay, Juice said I'm on point. Alright. Poker two, my people's piece of the God, bro. Okay, it sound logical. Okay, yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, so I'm not bugging, right? So check this out. Let's go to something different real quick, right? Because I'm going to show you some other shit, right? We're going to get into some real shit in a minute. So let's go here, right? All right, so look. Let's go ahead. All right, so look. These is images of structures that's. I ain't going to tell y'all where it's at. I want y'all to tell me where y'all think these structures is at. Look. It's multiple structures. I can pull up anyone, really. Let me see. Hold up, where you at? Yeah, open up. All right, so look. All right, so look. Can somebody tell me where this building at? Y'all see this building? Let me open it up for you guys. All right, here we go. Can somebody tell me where this building is at? I'm asking the people in the chat room. I need y'all to get involved with this, so you guys don't sit here and just be like, "Yo, hey, one." Nah, I want tell me where that's at. Okay, Pikachu said it said it looks like a Capitol building or a mosque, right? Okay, y'all said Mexico. Anybody else? Mexico. All right. Okay. Mexico. All right. Okay. All right. So Mexico it is. You said California. All right. But nah, this actually is in Mexico, right? So look at the caption of it, right? Now is that a building like they show you like a Mars or something that the Moors responsible for building, right? I don't know if you trolling, not a coincidence, but you said Atlantis. I ain't gonna fuck with you today, not a coincidence. I'm gonna let you get that off. You said Atlantis. You saying that sarcastically, or are you saying that because you really believe that? I never know with you though, but I'm not even gonna fuck with you today like that, man. You in the chat room. I mean, whether you disagree or you agree, you good with me today, right? So let me put AP. I mean, add banner back up. All right, boom. All right, so look, let's look at some more images, right? Let's look at some more images of what we see, and this is in Mexico, right? So, let me see. I gave it away because it say Mexico at the bottom. That's how you motherfuckers knew what it was. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Some of y'all do research, so y'all know exactly where these structures are at, right? All right, so look at this structure right here, right? Look, okay. So once again, I'm gonna ask somebody in the chat room, right? Where that structure right there from? The one I just showed. Oh, he said we saw the fly. All right, Juice, you got that. So the structure I just showed right here, right? Where is this one at right here, right? Let me see this one right here. I know you see Mexico right there. Look, it say Mexico Alhambra, right? Now look, say Mexico Alhambra, right? Now look, listen to this shit, right? This shit is deeper than what you think it is, right? Now they saying Mexico Alhambra, right? Do we need to click it to clarify is that Alhambra like they saying? Why are they saying Alhambra in Mexico, right? Now check this out. Check this out. I got something else for you guys if I can find it. No, let me see what you guys said about the image. Okay, okay, it is in Mexico, so we clarify that's in Mexico, right? Now check this out. Let's go to Europe. Let's go here. Let's find something to compare and contrast it with. Even though you see the Corbel arches all over, right? These Corbel arches, the Corbel arches is these, right? You also could see them. So something like this. That just ain't got the dome on the top of it, so I don't want to kind of look for something similar, right? But the architecture is definitely consistent with what we just seen in Mexico, right? Because that wasn't the only one; it's a whole bunch of them, right? Hold on, let's go back. All right, so look, now you wouldn't even know you was in Mexico if you seen these images right here, right? If you see these images right here, right? Same exact fucking designs, man. But we're gonna get more further into it, right? Now, before I left, I actually let me see if I can find it. It's without me looking all crazy for it. Oh, here it go, right here. Look. So once again, right? This was done from a dissertation that a person did at the University of Bristol, right? So he's saying that this is Cortez, right? Right. This is what he's saying that he's seeing, right? He's saying, curiously, many of these reference points were taken from areas subjected to heavy Moorish influence. Cortez, in his describing the marketplace of Aztec capital, right? Which I believe this is Tenochtitlan, right? Because he mentioned Tenochtitlan, right? He said he compares it to different times to Cordoba, Seville, and Granada, right? Right? Granada, once again, Granada, right? Granada, Spain, Seville, Cordoba, right? He's making a comparison, right? Saying that he see the same influence, right? It's for another conquistador. It was Taxcala, right? That was in some way like Granada, right? Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can go in. Is it gonna take me to the other picture? All right, hold up. This is it right here. All right, here go another reference that he's referencing and saying that these places look identically, right? Look, here go another reference. Let's deal with this. All right. It said the writing of the conquistadors and missionary in the New World are littered with descriptions of Indians that allude to familiar foes. Saying the second letter addressed to the Spanish sovereign Charles V, Hernan Cortes described the marketplace of Tenochtitlan like the silk market of Granada. Now remember, we get saying Granada in America, so we don't even know. We know that they calling it Granada over there, but we just saying Granada over here too, right? But however it go, he's comparing it to over there in Al Andalusia, right? It said another conquistador was struck was struck by an Indians. Now look, an Indian. Remember, the Indians are Nino Indio. Them are people that's under the doctrine of discovery, right? But however it goes, say very beautiful mazes, right? Very beautiful mazes, exemplifying the tendency to compare buildings in New Spain to those constructed by Moors in Al Andalusia, right? It's saying seeking to equate the people and the architect of Mesoamerica to those of Muslims of Spain, right? So they're comparing the same goddamn thing that I'm comparing. I'm showing and proving the same goddamn thing, and we have to sit up there and say, well, wait a minute. Why would they come and see something identically in America that they see something identical in Spain, right? And like I said, man, look, I'm not asking everybody. This shit is not for everybody, right? It's definitely not for everybody, what I'm saying? When it comes to this information, everybody's not going to understand this shit, right? But for some people is definitely going to understand exactly where we going with this. We just compared and contrast. We can show you images. I can even show you images in Central Park that got the same type of structures and the same Corbel arches and all of that shit. But we're going to go somewhere else with this, right? All right. So let's see. All right. So we see that Charles V or Hernan Cortez described the marketplace of Tenochtitlan as like the silk market of Granada, right? Another conquistador was struck by the very the very beautiful mazes, right? Exemplifying his tendency to compare buildings in New Spain to those constructed by Moors in Al Andalusia. So why would they be comparing the same structures? Because we doing the same thing today for those people that this shit matters to, okay? We're doing the same thing today. This is let's see where we at. Oh, this is in Seville. Look. I just bear with me. This shit taking a minute to load up. But peace to everybody in the chat room, man. Hit the like button if you feel like it. If you don't, then just keep it moving. Hold up. So look, Sevilla, right? Oh, but this is Mexico. My bad. I'm bugging, y'all. Let me see something. What the fuck? Oh no, 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 no. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, that's in this one. Hold up. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's look at these right real quick. Definitely peace to everybody in the chat room. Peace to all the guys. Peace to all the Aborigines. Peace to all the Indians. Peace to all the Moors. Peace to all the Atlanteans, etc. Right? So these are architectures in Spain, right? It's an image of what Spain over there look like. These are some more. Now it's saying the horseshoe arches, but we know these arches to be the Corbel arches, right? And we can go in American Indian Encyclopedia and see that these are Corbel arches, right? The same arches that originated in America, right? Same type of design, shit that we see where, let me see. Same shit we see in Mexico. It's the exact same thing. And then we also got a primary source, or if you believe it, because I don't, sometimes I be real iffy with some of this shit that I be hearing that people be translated. I be real iffy with it. But just for the sake of what we talking about, we gotta I ain't gonna say it's a primary source. It can be a secondary source, right? But however it go, we have somebody comparing Mexico to over there, right? Over in Europe, right? So check this out. We're gonna watch a video real quick. So let me see something. All right, we can go here. We can go to Opa-locka. Definitely fair use for the use of this video. So let's go here real quick. Shit taking so long to load up. Let me see. All right, hold up. I'm gonna go out for a minute. I'm gonna stop the screen because I think I gotta click that button for the sound to be heard correctly. So let me go back in. And if you just came in, tomorrow the 25th at 9 p.m., we got the Dark Side of DNA by Ab TV and the brother Truth Searcher. Tickets is $25. The Cash App link is on my banner right there. It's scalping season. Definitely support the brothers. Send a $25 for your ticket. And in the description, please make sure you put your email in. Anybody who's going to be um attending this function, definitely put your email because you can't get the link if you don't put your email in. So I say that emphatically. Please put your email in if you are going to participate in the pay-per-view by the brother Ab TV and the brother Truth Searcher. Dark Side of DNA Part 2, tomorrow the 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? So let's go back into this. Let's just see a video real quick since we comparing and contrast it. Since motherfuckers think I'm crazy, like I don't know, like I'm crazy when it comes to this research. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm showing you why or what led me for me to understand a lot of this shit. Right? Let's go back here. All right. Well, I gotta click this too. Let me click this. All right. Let's go back. Let's see how it plays now. And I think I gotta mute my mic. Let me mute. My bad, people. This shit is taking a minute to load up. Let me just wait for it to load up. Let me see if I can click on this one. All right, hold on. You know what? Let me close some of this shit out. Close this out. Oh, matter of fact, you know what? Yeah, I don't really need this right now. Hold up. Close that out. Keep that open. Close this out. All right, so let's go here. We're gonna go watch this video real quick. Man, this shit ain't even showing. I'm gonna click out of this shit. The fuck? This fucking StreamYard shit. Oh, man.
Susan! Susan! What? Why are you whispering? Check this out. With Paycom, employees do their own payroll.
What's Paycom? A magic payroll genie? Like, ooh, what's your wish?
It's an app that employees use to do their payroll.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Payroll is way too complicated for the average person.
Yes.
Not really.
They'll screw it up.
I don't know how. It automatically detects errors, like missing or duplicate.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This shit is taking real long for me just to play a fucking video. I normally don't have no problem playing any of this shit. But just bear with me. We'll get it. We're gonna make this shit do what it do. Damn, this shit won't let me show nothing. I can't even click on nothing. The fuck? All right, people, just bear with me. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't even go back and stream y'all. So just bear with me, y'all. And we're gonna get this right underway. Fuck, y'all. That's some bullshit. All right, so I'm back, man. I don't know what the fuck happened, y'all. I'm sorry about that. But give me a second. Let me close some of this shit out to see if that's the reason why a lot of this shit is running slow. Just give me 1 second. Let me just close some of this shit out, and we'll get right back to it. I don't need this. All right, let me just close some of this shit out to see whether or not shit run a little faster. Let's see. All right, we're gonna try this again. All right, so let me close some of this shit out on my All right, let me try it now. I think we should be good now. So sorry about the delay, people. Appreciate y'all having patience. Even though I seen a few people drop out though, but it's all good. We go with what we got. All right, so let's hope this shit doesn't give me a problem now. Oh shit, you know what? Let me go back out again. All right, let's try this again. All right, so
came to prominence in the early 1900s by adapting beats onto adapt gadgets for this cover sounds
Ya comenzó la telenovela de la vida real. Ven a conocer a los nuevos habitantes y no te pierdas ni
most embarrassing scandals, but certainly not their last. The fraud was not rectified. Curtis in combat, resulting in the complete obsolescence of all statics on the Back to Opa-locka. It's rather odd that a man embroiled in
All right, I wanted to show y'all this real quick right here, right? Now you see this building right here? This is in Opa-locka, Florida, right? Do this like something you see in Europe somewhere. It's like a Mars, right? Don't it look consistent with some of the images we seen thus far with some of the buildings that we're on improving? But this is in Florida. This is the same place where we seen on the map Morocco, right? Or Maraca, how the fuck you want to pronounce it? It's spelled the same goddamn way as it's spelled on the map of Barbary, right? But these are some of the structures that was in Florida, right? That he's showing, right? I'll mute. I'll let him just play it. I'll mute it and talk, right? So these are some of the look, look at this shit. Now, like I said in my last video, I did another video probably about a month ago, and I was showing a lot of these images, right? And I'm just asking myself, right? If foreigners came here, which I don't believe they came here, because I always remember what we read right here, right? Not right here, but it was. He was right here. All right, boom, right here. All right, it was right here, right? And this is from the Oriental Masonic, right? So it says America, known to the mystics as Atlantis, when this ruin befell, was the seat of the greatest empire that have ever existed, right? And its irresistible armies were terrorizing all of Europe and Asia, right? Now, with that in mind, right there, right? Do you think our ancestors would allow somebody to come here and build these images that I'm showing y'all? Do you think that's the question that I just want to ask? It's in Miami Springs. I'll let the commentary play real quick. I'm gonna mute my mic real quick and just let the video play.
walk down. Did Glenn
Testing your
know when hurricane season was? It survived.
Now this building right here, the one he's showing the Opa-locka, right? They saying this is the town hall, right? The city hall, right? But it's just so funny, like even when you see the city halls within a lot of our cities, they all got them little domes on it, right? I live right behind the city hall, and city hall, even where I'm at now, has a dome on it. Not less than where I'm from in North, that building also got a big ass dome on it, right? But this is very interesting, right? Because this is consistent with the images we see over in Europe, right? But this is in
It's also worth
Florida.
noting
Hold up.
that these
Let me mute this up.
have survived every single subsequent decently hurricane-proof. What made the 1926 hurricane so special? Curtis must have been facing a lot of questions before his untimely death in 1930. He died suddenly while in court, ironically, of appendicitis. Perhaps he was a loose end in an already hard to believe narrative. Plausible another inheritor, one of the men entrusted with adapting the technologies of the quote-unquote Tartarian hydroelectric grid into the Rockefeller-controlled internal combustion into the Rockefeller-controlled internal.
All right, Charles. So I just wanted to stop and show you. So look, these are the major players, right, in all of this shit. The Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, the Carnegie, and the Morgans, right? The robber barons, right? He calling them robber barons, right? And it's so funny that these people took over a lot of these so-called buildings or a lot of these so-called structures that was already here that our ancestors built, right? And we see Rockefeller all over. We see Rockefeller even when you get to Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Because we find out it was oil in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And what they even when they well not just Tulsa, all over Oklahoma. The so-called 50 or more cities that was already in Oklahoma that already had oil in it. And you get Sarah Rector and all that shit. And these people was the people who was hiding up under the KKK. I just wanted to just throw that out there. That's irrelevant to kind of the build I'm doing. But we can get to that on another note. Let me go back out and mute myself, and I'm gonna play. Peace, to everybody in the chat room.
Combustion on Tartaria or Atlantis. This holds true. It was the of the Moors and Tartar. This had already been achieved in many urban erasing, then removed from the public's eye and tasked with another cover-up, erasing all trace of Moors and Tartaria from Florida. This had already been achieved in many urban areas, but areas like Opa-locka were not under firm control, and many Seminole Indians lived there before Curtis arrived. Opa-locka.
Now, Opa-locka, right? Well, he's saying that these so-called people was Moors or whatever you want to call them, right? But now he's saying that the Seminoles lived there. But when you cross-reference this and you do the research, you also find that the Timucua was there. But they kind of erased the Timucua history as well, right? They erased that history. You don't even hear nothing about or the Timucua, the Timucuan, however you pronounce it, right? You don't really even hear too much about them, right? But the connection is the same, right? Now check this out, right? Look, I'm gonna give you another source real quick. We're gonna go here real quick. Let me come out of here. Since we are in Florida, and since we do see which one is it? Okay, it's that one right there, right? So this one, boom. Let's go here. All right, so this is an article. Let me see if I go back out. All right, so this is actually this image. I've been showing this shit for years, and people already caught up on it, right? So this is what they call a Timucuan, right? This image right here, right? This is what they call a Timucua. And these people was in the region of Opa-locka as well, right? Not just Opa-locka, but St. Augustine, Tampa Bay, Miami, right? And other regions throughout what we call Florida. Because remember, Florida wasn't just Florida, what we know it as now. Florida went all the way into Texas and into the Yucatan. I think one of the maps that I showed that. But this is an image to what they say the so-called people or the Timucuans or the Moors or whatever you want to call them live there, right? Now check this out, right? Remember, some of the slander as far as this is not, it's supposed to not be a descriptive term, right? Now check this out, cause I'm gonna play another video. I got a couple videos. Where we at? Let me go back up. No, I think I'll come back down. Let me see. Where you go? No, let me go back up. All right, so we back here. So this article is about that so-called statue right there, right? And what it say at the top right here? It's saying Moor with emerald level Balatasar per massa sculpture, right? It said, all right, when you go down, let's go. Let's go on to the actual article. Some of this shit is confusing. I'm gonna go ahead. All right, so it's saying at the behest of Elector Augusta, should this natural wonder in a princely bull and tribal and eternal, I don't know what the fuck this say right here. It's saying be preserved. But the Baltazar Parmasar created for the expansion since 1723. Now, I don't know if this is the actual date, but they saying 1723, saying in the Nascent Treasure Museum. Now, I need to go there. I need to actually see if they have a database for the Nascent Treasury Museum, right? It's saying that really most original of all possible means of the presentation, right? The sculpture of a Moor, right? Now think about this. Matter of fact, no, let me get finished reading and then I'll go on, right? The it's saying all possible means of presentation. The sculpture of a Moor, the young, powerful man in a brown lacquer pearwood and associated border on a tray of tortoise shells, present casual and smooth Colombian emerald level, is not a resident of Africa, but an Indian, although his facial and skin colors are of a black African, but the body tattoos and the etymological exactly represent have him as a native of Florida. Okay. Now, once again, right? If this is something that's commonly known to people around the world that Moors are only from North Africa, right? So outside of North Africa, wherever you see a so-called Negro, then they should never be classified as a Moor because it should already be a fact that Moors are only from so-called North Africa, right? But once again, let's go back to it, right? I'm saying the means presentation of sculpture of a Moor. The young powerful man in the dark brown liqueur, prayer wood, the associated border on a tray of tortoise shells present the casual and smooth Colombian emerald level, is not a resident of Africa, but an Indian, although his facial features and skin color are of a black African, but the body tattoos and illogical exactly represented have him as well as a native of Florida, right? Hmm. Very interesting, right? So can we find the other so-called Indians being called Moors? Let's see. And I just wanted to point that out right there, right? Because if it's so much of a fucking fact that Moors are from fucking Europe, then why the fuck is they calling? Why is they calling this man a Moor right here? Because there have to be a descriptive fucking term. It have to be a descriptive term. But me myself, this is just my personal theory, right? That term Moor go back to the ancient people. I don't even believe that this is a derogatory term in which they're calling us. I believe that term go back to the original people of this planet. That's what I believe. Was it spelled however you want to spell it? That's just my opinion of it. If people can have their opinion on it, I agree to disagree. But that's just my opinion on it. Because I'm seeing the word in too many fucking places when it's dealing with America, right? So let's go to another joint that been showing for the last couple weeks. And every time you show this, right, motherfuckers be buck dancing, right? I could show you all this shit, right? I could show you Morocco and Florida, then I could cross-reference it with the same spelling as it is over there, right? We could show you buildings in Mexico that's consistent with the same buildings in Florida, that's consistent with the same buildings in Europe, right? But wait a minute. Let's go to something else real quick. Let me jump around for a minute. So the term Moro, literally Moor, is commonly used when referring to the ancient Indians of the valley and the village, right? Now he gonna say the Moor is a heathen. Why is he a heathen? Because he's an unbaptized so-called Indian, right? Right? So why are they saying Indians are Moors? Why would they say Indians are Moors if they know Moors are directly from fucking Spain and Portugal or Morocco or Mauritania or wherever the fuck people saying that they from, right? But this is two different sources saying that the Indians are Moors. And they not from Morocco. Well, they may be from Morocco. I showed you Morocco and Florida. Now we could sit there and we could dismiss that, right? Because every time I show this article, people dismiss it. Oh, well, how do we know that's true? All right, the shit you showing me, how can I believe that? How can I believe any of that? I can't help it if your mind, if people's mind is fixated with saying that these particular people are from somewhere else, but they did the remix single like they did everything else. They erased the history and then told you that these people was from over there. Well, like I said, even when we get into this right here, right? Go back over this again, right? Let's go back here, right? What would be the relations to this right here? America being the old world, right? Firstborn among all continents, right? So much later in culture and civilization than some of the more recent births. America, so far as her physical history is concerned, has been falsely denominated the New World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the water. Hers was the first shores washed up by the ocean that enveloped all the earth. Let me say that one more time. I think that shit might have went over people's head, right? And I keep going back to this shit right here because this is super heavyweight and we can cross-reference this with multiple different sources that these people is not going to give you the history in no one book. It's not going to be on no one website. It's not going to come from no one so-called class. It's not going to come from none of these places where people derive their history from or derive their information from. Okay, you have to be eclectic when it comes to the study of the Americas or the study of the Aboriginals here, because there's so much information that been hid from us. So you have to grab your sources from multiple different sources, cross-reference them. If this has happened to me, be my level of expertise when we dealing with the ancient Americas, the structures, the architecture, the culture, what a lot of the history that's over here. This is my area of expertise. I can do law, I can do genealogy, I can do a lot of other shit. But this is my area of expertise right here. Cross-referencing and connecting the dots of us right here. So we can have a story that goes for our own, or we can at least say, well, you know what? I may not agree with A1 entirely, but at least he's showing sources and he is cross-referencing and showing and proving, right? Okay, so once again, read this in the last build, but a lot of this stuff it has to be repetitive when it comes to this information, right? America, the old world, first born among the continents, right? Now, I was kind of like last time when I showed this, right? In the other part, right? I kept putting emphasis on this part right here. Firstborn, nigga. What the fuck do firstborn among the continents mean? What do that mean? Firstborn among the continents, right? Firstborn among the continents, right? Though so much later in culture and civilization than some of the more recent birth, America, so far as her physical history is concerned, has been falsely dominated. Denominated the New World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the water. Hers was the first shores washed up by the ocean that enveloped all the earth. Okay? So let that marinate right there, right? Let me see what else I got up here, because I got some other shit I wanted to go over. Oh, you know what? Nah, I don't need to go. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Just bear with me. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's play this video real quick by Michelle Gibson. Let me go back out. It's a little choppy, but you guys gotta kind of listen to it. So let me stop sharing my screen. Let me go back. I gotta keep that. It's a little choppy, but just let me know if you guys can hear it. Because what's big nowadays when it's looking at all of this architecture and saying no, it's impossible that these so-called Europeans came here and built this, even though that they see identical buildings over there in Europe, right? So if you see the same building over in Europe, why would people question the fact that the buildings here was built by them if they was building it over there? Because they know that the buildings over here wasn't built by them. So when they see the architecture in America, they're already saying, well, wait a minute, they didn't build the shit over there. So we know that they ain't built the shit here. And that's the first observation to understand it. Okay, well, boom. Okay, all right. Let's be clear on this, right? We say that, all right, well, nobody was Moors here, nobody was called Moors here, right? Why the fuck is the same structures all over the fucking Americas and back over there in Europe, right? Why the fuck is Florida being called Maraca, right? And why is it spelt the same way we see Morocco over there, right? Granada, we see all of this shit over here. So that's going to show you that these people are disingenuous with everything that they fucking teaching us. And the most sad part is when you got your own people butting heads and going back and forth and banging on their chest. I'm not banging on my chest about nothing. You want to be an Indian. You could be whatever. You want to be an asshole. You want to be whatever the fuck you want to be. It's okay to do that. I am not trying to get followers. I am not trying to be nobody leader on no level other than my children and the people who under me that rocks with me, right? I'm not trying to be nobody leader. I'm not trying to tell nobody who they are or how to self-identify or what they are. But when I say that I'm a Moor and I show and prove, I mean, like, if you want to agree to disagree, it's one thing. But don't come in here acting like I don't do my motherfucking research. And I haven't been doing research before a lot of people that I met that just came into this community through other individuals who I met that came through me. So I'm not saying at the end of the day, like when it comes to this research, you gotta be open minded because we constantly finding new shit that was in the America. We constantly finding new science, right? We constantly finding new architecture. We constantly finding a lot of different things that ain't supposed to be here, that wasn't supposed to be done by these primitive ass people that are called fucking Indians. Now, if you want to say Aborigines or Autochtons, or you could say indigenous people if you want to, whatever terminology you would like to use. Okay, but one more time I say this and I put emphasis on, I emphatically say that I've never told none of you niggas you are Moors. But you ain't gonna come here and tell me that I'm fucking crazy about my research and what I'm showing and proving. That's a negative. So let me mute my mic. I'm gonna play this video. Let me hold up.
Cool. So I didn't have any preconceived ideas when I started doing. Cool. So I didn't have any preconceived ideas when I started doing this work. I found the star tetrahedron on the North American continent, and I actually had a friend who is a Moorish American, and he really helped me understand the piece about the Moors. And I don't think I would have gotten a whole lot of this without a Moorish friend. To send me Moorish teachers talking about their history, and again, my work comes from here, my knowledge comes from this, but it was like an aha, and it's together. I'm the mission, and I'm going to all these places I've never heard of before, getting a tour of the world. And I'm going up north, up through a line that starts in Merida. Let me see if I can find it here. So while I'm talking, so I'm following this line up, and I'm finding myself in Greenland. And then I'm finding myself in Svalbard, off the coast of Norway. And the seed vault is in Svalbard. If you've heard of that, the worldwide seed vault is way up north on the side. Yes, I have. Which is how I heard of it. And then I'm following this line over to an island called Novaya Zemlya, which is off the northern coast of Russia, and it's a boomerang was known as the Uyghur Empire. Another nuclear testing site in what was known as the Uyghur Empire. Another nuclear testing site to include H bombs. And then on another alignment, I found testing by the French in Tartaria, and Hiroshima. It was done in the 60s. There's this pattern of atomic testing on these ley lines. And, again, that's telling me whoever is doing this, whoever's behind this, really hates the original humanity.
Right? Like, why are they in those sites? Are there technologies there or structures there that not only you want to show your
All right, y'all check out Michelle Gibson. She got a lot of bills on. I don't know did y'all hear it clear, but you know, a lot of her information, she clearly say the indigenous people, Aborigines or Moors, responsible for a lot of these structures. She do buildings, a lot of the architecture throughout the America, and she don't just go throughout the America. She connects it throughout the world, right? But then that would make sense to what we see, right? And once again, let's go back here, right? We got to kind of keep putting emphasis on this, right? We gotta put emphasis on this shit, whether you like it or you don't like it, right? So let me click out of this shit. So it's America known to the mystics as Atlantis, right? Now, some people are, oh, that's, and I know me and Philly OG, we go back and forth with the mythologies, and I know, you know what I'm saying, but you have people who actually saying that Atlantis is America. And a lot of times they making a lot of this shit that happened in reality a myth because they don't never want you to connect the dots to who was the people doing it. When it comes to America, they call it the new world when it's actually the old world, right? But what it says, America, and I gotta keep putting emphasis on this because this shit right here is profound. This is profound. You should be happy. You should be as a being an Amaru or an American or a Tanchan or Aborigine to just hear that somebody is telling the truth about who the fuck we was as a people. And that's with the many different terminologies. But you're never going to be able to connect the history because let's say, for example, right in Florida, right there, right? When they show you them buildings and then they telling you Moors built them, right? You just going to automatically just say, all right, well, they came here and built it or whatever. They the ones that came in and enslaved us, yada, 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 yada. No, they weren't the ones that came here and did enslaved us. It was the Catholics that came here, but they was also Negroes too. When you want to call them Moors, you want to call them Black Europeans or whatever you want to call them, right? But when you see the structures in Florida and Mexico and some of these other places, when they tell you that Moors did it, then you ain't going to automatically say to yourself that, oh, we built them. They just calling us Moors. You automatically just going to basically dismiss the whole thing and all of this research that you supposed to be researching or to the people that care. Obviously, people care about it because people keep on saying what we not and who we are and being clear on who we are. And like I said, look, man, I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of shit. I've heard a lot of shit. I've read a lot of shit or whatever when it comes to this and things that's not supposed to be in Americas, right? But once again, look, America known to the mystics, nigga. The mystics. Remember, our history is our mystery is our history, okay? History is his story, mystery is my story, right? America known to the mystics as Atlantis, right? Quotations, right? Somebody believed that this was Atlantis, right? Not A1, but somebody believed this shit, right? So it's saying when the ruins befell was the seat of the greatest empire that have ever existed, and its irresistible armies was terrorizing all of Europe and Asia. Keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. All right. Got some other shit I'm gonna jump on real quick. Let me just see. I think it's this one right here. They might have to close some of this shit out because a lot of this shit is close this out. Close this out. All right, so let me go back into my bag real quick. I'm just connecting some more dots, whether you like it or you don't like it. Peace to the chat. Peace to the guys and the goddesses once again, right? So let me see something. Let me. Cause I got something else. I think I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Should I play it or shouldn't I play it? I don't know. I should play it, right? Let me see if I can find it real quick though. But I'm looking for something particular. So just bear with me, peoples. Oh, let me go back to the original joints that I was showing. Right? Let's go back to these right here. This what I've been showing for the last couple of years that always baffles me, even when I first seen this shit right here, right? And this is years and years and years of research. This ain't listening to no one particular person or letting somebody else form an opinion. I'm using my own motherfucking brain when it comes to the shit because this shit is not supposed to be over here. Morocco is in fucking North Africa. There's no reason they should be calling any American Aborigine, right? Even though this is in Amsterdam, they still calling him a Moor. This is American Aboriginal smoking a fucking pipe. The Rokende means the smoking Moor. Okay? This is in America right here, right? This is an American Aborigine right here. But for some reason, somebody's calling him a Moor. You think they calling him a Moor out of ignorance, thinking that they're in North Africa when they know they're in America and they know that these are American Aborigines? This is what I'm saying. Like when it comes to a lot of this information, if you're not on that level, just leave it alone. Just say, look, I'm not on that level. I don't need to be, I'm not even gonna comment. A1 is my brother or whatever. So whatever if he say that, then that's his opinion. But I'm not gonna go back and forth with him about it. Which a lot of people want to come up here and test me. Well, a lot of people don't even have that information to be coming up here. That's the reason why sometimes when it comes to this information, you have to look and you have to humbly say, look, man, I'm researched up over here. I mean, you sure you want to do this? I'm researched up over here. I don't know, did they tell you where you went before? Like, A1 is researched up over. Maybe people forgot that I've been fucking posting shit for years and putting up articles and putting up all this shit for years. But see, if you go when you go away, as soon as you go away, you see the real love of the people, right? Because now there's a 1,000 Aboriginal channels, right? Which everybody's entitled to view and definitely scatter their blows when it comes to this information, right? But because the nigga been gone for a while, right? Now people feel like, oh shit, I can just, oh fuck that, I can chime. I be hearing niggas on the live stream, man. Every now and then there be some suck ass nigga up there saying some slick shit or whatever, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which is okay. I respect everybody. But at the end of the motherfucking day, I'm researched up over here. I got plenty of research. I can do this shit until fucking 1 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the next fucking afternoon. It's not a fucking problem for me. I can do this shit all day long. So let's continue. All right. They got hundreds of these fucking pictures, man. It's hundreds of them all over the fucking place. You understand what I'm saying? So you think a person was ignorant when they call an American Aborigine a fucking Moor? Or is it a descriptive term? Is it a descriptive term? Let's see. Let's go to the fucking definition. Since people, like I said, man, it's like, yo, you present this shit, and you think people at this point in time would be clear, would say, all right, well, look, I'm not sure. I'm not, at least if you don't know, don't act like you know. Don't act like you know everything if you don't know. If you don't know, just say, you know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. Don't act like you know about it, like you so researched up, like you could look up a couple articles or look up some Wikipedia links and come back and say, oh no, well, this you're saying some pseudo shit. This shit is common fucking sense, but we're gonna get with it, all right? Once again, we gotta go back here again, right? Gotta constantly keep doing this shit, right? Now they gonna say, look, North African Berber, one dwelling in Barbary, right? Okay, it's saying a habitant of Mauritania, right? It's saying now a region corresponding with North Algeria and Morocco, right? But in all of the maps of Barbary, we did not see no Mauritania. There is no Mauritania over there. There is no Mauritania over there, right? In fact, we actually got accounts of people saying Mauritania is over here, right? So hold up, let's go to that. Because it's like, at some point in time, we don't know everything. And like I said, I don't know everything. I'm showing you research that I just cross-referenced that I was able to put back together, okay? Whether I'm right or I'm wrong, I'm showing you and cross-referencing and I'm showing you the information of what's going on. All right, so here, boom. Matter of fact, hold up. It's another article. This is from the Ancient Britons, right? And once again, right here, right? The Englishmen and you got to kind of duck some of the hijacks because a lot of these accounts and the causes is not being said by exactly who they saying doing it, but you have to be, you know what I'm saying? You definitely have to have some discernment when you research and you read and stuff. If you keep seeing things pop up, you have to be curious and you can't be ignorant and say, oh, this person obviously, okay, I know everything. I know that Moors are from North Africa, Mauritania, and Morocco, right? But this individual right here is saying something different. Is it worth checking out? If you're going to speak on it, and you're going to act like you know about it, is it worth checking out? Should I be open-minded about the research that's coming out? Okay, look, the Englishman who has colonized the western shores of the Atlantic, right? No more than a generation or two before the Gauls spoke of the Indians there as being as black as gypsies, right? Being as black as gypsies, right? In 1676, kind of duck the date lines or the dates because some of these dates are not consistent with the calendar that we had prior to the Gregorian calendar, right? You all also got to always be mindful of that, right? But in 1676, the native races of New England were spoken of indifferently as indifferently. They're not saying different. They're not saying it was spoken differently as Indians and what? What are they saying? And Moors, right? So do somebody need to go and check what the word indifferently of? Indifferently is the opposite of different, meaning it's pretty much the fucking same, or it's consistent, or it's the same fucking thing, right? Okay, and saying, and our British so-called Indians are also remembered as being Moors, right? But up here, once again, we seeing Indians classified or being called Moors, right? And it's because of this right here, right? It's because of this, right? All this other shit right here, Mauritania and Morocco and North Africa, all that shit right there is just some shit that they recreated, right? Because even when you go here, right? Mauritania, right? Check this out. And you know, for people who rock with me, this ain't the first time you done heard this shit right here, right? I showed this last night on AP channel, but I'm just actually adding a little bit more since people want to always go back and forth with me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not telling nobody anymore. I'm showing and proving the information to cross reference it. So even if your Aboriginal history is entangled with more, let's say if I'm wrong, right? But I can't technically be wrong, right? Because they are calling Indians here Moors, right? And they are saying that all these structures we get seen in Florida, right? Which I'm gonna play another video before we get out of here, because I'm gonna let Ab and True Searcher come on and promote their pay-per-view. So I'm gonna probably be rocking out probably for maybe another 45 minutes, and after that I'm gonna drop the link only for them. And if anybody want to ask any questions, I don't mind you come up here ask any questions. If you come up here with some disrespectful shit, I'm not even going to entertain you or put that energy into. I'm just going to boot you right off the fucking platform. Okay? If you come up here with, oh, we're not dooming after I'm showing you enough information to at least consider and say, well, wait a minute, man, something is going on here. Maybe we're not doomed, but they're saying that a lot of stuff that they're responsible for is shit that we actually did. So at least be mindful of that. If you're not them, technically, right? Technically, if you're not them, all of these so-called architecture structures and all of this stuff that's over here, right, are being accredited to them. And your so-called your so-called ancestors is being accredited with teepees, wampums, hunter-gatherers, okay? Hunter-gatherers. And like I said, 2-3 years ago, right? I'm gonna say 2 years ago. No, I'm gonna say 3 years ago. I give it at least 3 years ago, right? The common conversation in this community was that pretty much let's take the playbook of the Native Americans. The Native Americans stole our culture, and what the Native Americans are doing are exactly what we doing. In this case right here, if you want to say you ain't a Moor and you believe that the Moors are somebody else, so you can say the Moors stole your culture too. But at the end of the day, a lot of this shit that we did here, whether or not you believe, I'm okay with them being called Moors. But if you're not okay with them saying, all right, well, boom, I understand that they called them that, but they're American Aborigines and they had the signs from 09 and they're responsible for building this shit. At least say that. So when you teaching this history, because understand, at some point in time, if this thing is important to you, you need to become at least. You don't have to be a teacher literally, but it's going to be certain people that you're going to have this conversation with, and you need to be sourced up when you have these conversations. Other than that, they're going to keep hitting you with the 1619 story. Other than that, they're going to keep telling you were slaves. Other than that, they're going to keep saying, or Africans mixed with Native Americans, right? That's what they're going to keep on telling you. They're going to keep on giving you the general educational playbook on history, right? When we got all this research right here, okay? So I ain't making none of this shit up. I'm showing you Morocco was in Florida too. That was Morocco too. I'm not going to sit there and dismiss it and say, oh no, that's not the same thing, because I don't want to be wrong. We actually seen it for our own goddamn eyes. We actually seen even in the definition or the naming of America, we see Amarca, we see Maraca, we see Maraca. It's the same fucking thing. Because even when we cross-reference it, we find out, okay, well, boom, look at all these buildings in Opa-locka, right? And in Mexico. Oh, shit, them buildings are also over there in Spain and Portugal. Are you responsible for that too? Because they're identically to what we see here. We just cross-referenced the people or Cortez coming to Mexico saying Montezuma, and it looked like Seville, right? Granada, right? Cordoba, right? They comparing it to the silk lands or the silk markets of so-called Spain. They comparing it to a lot of different shit. So at some point in time, like if you're here on my channel, on my platform, you already know what I talk about at this point in time. So you should not be here if you don't fuck with me or you have a problem with being more, because other than that, you fucking trolling. So if you don't agree with anything that I'm saying as far as what I be, because y'all already know how I get down. So when it comes to this information, if you're in the chat room, right, and you don't fuck, I know a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm not saying anyone particular, but I know a lot of people don't fuck with me, and I can care fucking less. I came in this motherfucker alone, and I'm gonna leave in here alone. I'm not gonna leave technically alone, because I done met some good people, and I have some good friendships and relationships with a lot of individuals who I met through this so-called paradigm, right? But at the end of the motherfucking day, if you in the motherfucking chat room and you trolling and you over here coming saying what you saying, listen, man, do yourself a fucking favor, and at least at least if this is not the information that you're privy to, what the fuck is this, man? Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, all right. If this not the information that you fuck with, you just pretty much deal with the tribes and oh what your family told you and all this other shit. And that's another thing what fucks me up, right? Because if your family told you that you was an Indian, then you would have always been an Indian. I don't want to hear about this shit where everybody been Indians all this motherfucking time, bro, because I ain't see none of that. Yeah, your family told you you was an Indian or a Cherokee or Aniyawiya or Creek or Muskogee or any of these so-called Chitties or whatever fucking tribe you want to call, right? Yeah, your people told you that, but your ass ain't fucking listen, right? You ain't listening to you ain't listen until you start seeing evidence that black people was already in Americas, and then black people being classified as Indians and all this other shit. That's when a lot of people start paying attention. Because I'm just starting to meet more and more of these people who everybody been an Indian all this fucking time. And I'm like, well, if you're an Indian all the time and you got all of your family sources and all your family research, you don't need to come over here and fuck with A1. You should have enough information to where your family then laid the line down where you ain't got to watch no YouTube video. You don't need to read no books because your family then passed it all down to you. That's how I know a lot of people over here talking that bullshit because they still trying to learn themselves and just be real about it. Let's be honest. I don't know everything, and so do a lot of other people don't know everything. So just be honest about it. I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to learn about my culture. I'm still trying to learn about the Americas. I'm still trying to learn. Yeah, my family told me certain things, but they didn't leave me with everything. Okay? So let's get back into this, right? So before I went on that little rant right there, right? So look, let us say mortals, right? It's saying mortals. It's saying from Latin mori, inhabitants of Mauritania. Mauritania is over there in Africa, right? Just like Morocco is over there too in Africa, right? So Roman Northwest Africa, a region now corresponding to northern Algeria and Morocco, right? It's saying from Greek, Moro. We know this ain't Greek though. This is just another hijack of them saying that the Greeks is the people who created the Moor. When the Greeks are the Minoans, the Greeks was also Negroes. So why would they describe other Negroes as being black? This is how you know that there's a lot more to this story than we're being told. And all I'm trying to do for the individuals who do care or are who is interested in this information, make sure you get yourself at least do your due diligence as best as you can or whatever if this is something that's important to you. And like I said, if you over here with me, you already know what I do. You already know what time it is. So if this ain't the information that you like, or this is not the information that you want to be listening to, please do yourself a favor and go find something else to fucking do. Because I mean, the trolls is gonna be the trolls, however it go. But do yourself a favor. I don't go around and troll nobody, Kev. I don't fuck with something. I don't fuck with it. I don't go waste my motherfucking time because it could be 1,000 things I could be doing to better myself and teach my children and teach my family other things as opposed to be trolling on somebody fucking channel or saying, you know what I'm saying? So much other stuff you can be doing out here. Be doing so much other shit, man. There's infinite possibilities what you could be doing other than being on YouTube watching somebody that you don't fuck with. So peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses who do rock with me. I don't need everybody to rock with me. I don't need everybody to rock with me. But it's just so fucking convenient that I've been A1 from day one, and from day one I've been saying I was a Moor. But how all these people who hate Moors been around me all this fucking time? How all of them been around me? And that's what I'm saying. I'm not like the disrespectful. This shit is done with. Like, you know what I'm saying? The next time, like I said, I'm on a platform and a person disrespects me, look, man, I don't want no problems, but if you disrespect me, then you're open to get it. You're open to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I show respect. I help people. People call me. People email me. I do bills. I do all of this shit. So you're gonna show me my motherfucking respect, just like I've been respecting everybody all this fucking time. Period. I don't give a fuck how crazy nobody is. I got stuff for all that crazy shit. Trust and believe that. You will not, the motherfucker will not run up on a God. I promise you. I promise you, you won't run up on me. Anybody. In real life, you'll be like, nah, you know what? I'm going to leave him alone. And the same thing with this information dealing with this shit. If it's not what you fuck with, if you've been fucking with me all this time and I've been saying I'm a fucking more, then either agree to disagree, leave me the fuck alone with the shit, right? Leave me the fuck alone with it, right? Or other than that, we gonna constantly keep, man. And like I said, from this point on, I'm done. If I don't, I'm not fucking with certain people no more, because I see that a lot of this drama and shit comes from a lot of these individuals in this community. Everybody want to be a fucking a chief. Everybody want to be a leader. Everybody want to do this. Everybody want to do that. Listen, I'm a motherfucking independent, or I'm an independent aborigine. My tribe is my family, or my nation is my family. That's the only people who I need outside of the people that who I rock with that agree to disagree or agree with information that's being presented by your man A1. So once again, right? If this is not, if the term more, right? Look, because even when you go up here, right? Even when it goes into the Greek saying moros, right? Now it's saying perhaps a native name, right? Saying perhaps a native name. When they saying native in this case, they saying perhaps it's a ancient name. It's an ancient name, right? It's an ancient name, right? Well, look, even when you get right here, if the Moors are the people from North Africa and Barber, one dwelling in the race dwelling in Barbary, or the inhabitant of Mauritania or Algeria or Morocco, right? Why the fuck would they go here, right? Why would they denote to this? Or else cognate with morals, right? Black, right? Ain't black a fucking description? Ain't black a description, right? So even the term more used in this sense is still a fucking descriptive term. And it's just a code word for these people are the original people who were so-called melanated, copper color, brownish, dark brownish, whatever. Even when it's saying right here, it's still giving you a descriptive term. Still giving you a descriptive term. Why would we go through all this and then it would say cognate with moral quotation black? Why? And then when you get down here, right? Because it's being applied to everybody who was black, no matter what so-called nation or empire you was part of, right? Now, when it get right here, also applied, right, to the Arabic conquerors of Spain, right? Ain't no Arabics never conquered Spain. The original people who was in that region practiced Islamism, which Islamism is not the orthodox or the Islamism that you know now, where people praying to Prophet Muhammad and all of this other stuff, and the Kabbalah, all that shit. Nobody's dealing with that information. This is, like I said, this is an ancient culture that you find in the Americas, obviously from the video we just seen with Opa-locka showing you these so-called structures, the same goddamn structures you could see in the goddamn Middle East. That building in Opa-locka looked like something in Saudi Arabia. But you know what? The first thing come to mind, oh, somebody came here and took over your land and built these buildings. But wait a minute. Why would you believe that when we just went here and we see this? Wait. Gotta keep putting emphasis on this shit, man. Because if you don't, people gonna go to sleep, right? Let's go here again, right? America known to the mystics as Atlantis. When this, no, I mean, when this ruin befell, was the seat of the greatest empire that have ever existed, right? Now look, and its irresistible armies was terrorizing Europe and Asia. Now, this is only from the perspective, and I'm gonna say maybe this individual actually knows that at one point in time that wasn't nobody over there, wasn't no Europeans, wasn't no white people in Europe, and the people in Asia wasn't the original people neither, right? There was also Negroes too, right? So why would you be so foolish to think that your people was the seat of the greatest empire that have ever existed? Now, I'm saying that emphatically. I'm putting emphasis on that. The greatest empire that have ever existed? Maybe I'm lost. I don't know. Maybe I'm lost, right? Let's continue, man. Because this shit right here, when you see how they hid your history, this shit gets you emotional. And when you see, especially when you're trying to advance your people, advance your history, and you got so many different distractions of people who don't want to learn, and people who, if you don't want to learn it, then just leave the term alone. Don't pull up no Wikipedia. I got multiple sources on different shit dealing with this. This ain't just no Google work. This ain't no fucking just Google shit. This being an observer. And this is forming a hypothesis. And this is coming up with a theory, right? Now, I mean, technically, I really can't do an experiment, right? But the experiment could be this, right? Applied to Arabic conquerors. We're gonna throw that out. Ain't no Arabs ever conquered, and there wasn't no people. The word Arab just was created in the 1900s. So we're gonna throw that word out too, right? We're gonna say the original people are out Andalusia, right? We're gonna say the original people there, right? Or the people who came from the west, from the Amaru, that settled in them lands, right? That created colonies that still kept contact with the people in the old world, which is the Amaru, right? Who came back and forth over here to take different things that wasn't available to them people over there, or to their colonies that was colonized by them or created by them, right? So it was a continuous empire. We leave from here, we go over there, and we create a civilization that went thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not, we don't know how long that land lasted over there. We don't even know. But what we can put our fingers on is, if we the only people on the goddamn planet, according to, he can say it's the first land out of the goddamn water. It is the firstborn. It's the firstborn amongst all continents. So if it's the firstborn among all continents, so when the other lands arose, so people just popped up out of nowhere. Ask yourself that question. So people just popped up out of nowhere, right? I'm not making this shit up. I'm showing and proving. I'm showing you sources that shows you that they saying America is the oldest place. Then we gonna find other sources showing you that we left from over here, went over parts of Africa, went over to Europe, went over there. You think we just went over there for a fucking visit? Or these people that came back here after trying to be forced into convert to Christianity by other so-called um Negroes or mortals. Remember, mortals, according to this, only means black, right? We connecting the term more. It means, according to the Greeks, and I only believe the Greeks because the Greeks are the Minoans, right? The Minoans are Negroes, right? So they wouldn't be calling other people black. They would already know the original story, or they would already have history that been passed down of where they came from. That's why even when you get Shaka Zulu and all them, they saying their ancestors came from the West. The West is the Amaru, Moru. Okay? So look, and we get here, and we get right here, right? Just for people saying that this is not a descriptive term, right? Why would it break down and say from Greek moros, perhaps a native name, or cognate with moros, which means what? Black, right? So obviously it has to be a fucking descriptive term. Why would you keep on ducking what the damn goddamn definition is giving you of etymology? This is the reason why we use etymology. Now, some things in etymology can be confusing, but if you got other resources to connect with it, then you should pretty much understand what the fuck is going on, right? So look, check this out, right? And I've been showing this shit for years, but I don't know. I guess people be in a chat room, people want to be part of some type of um or in the popular crowd or what. I don't need to be part of the popular crowd, yo. You know, long as I've been around, always had the freshest shit, always had the nicest cars. I never begged no friend to be around me. All my peoples came because I was a genuine individual who wanted to be around me. Or I mean, who wanted to be around, and it was vice versa. The feeling was neutral when it comes to certain other individuals, right? But at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to be in the popular crowd when it comes to the Aborigine shit. Because if you're gonna force me to believe some of this shit that here comes out of people's fucking mouth, 2 years ago people were saying that white people came here. Now all of a sudden, oh, it's Negroes came here, right? I wonder where y'all got that idea from. I wonder where you got that idea from. that it was Negroes or Moors or Black European. I wonder where you got that idea from. I just wonder, because this is not information that everybody was talking about. And a lot of you motherfuckers listen to Moors, right? I'm talking about MSTA of America Moors, right? A lot of you motherfuckers listen to MSTA of America Moors. A lot of you motherfuckers get services and learn law from them, and then you just go right back and shit on them, right? I mean, I'm dead ass fucking serious. That's the most phoniest shit that if you don't fuck with them and you think these people conquer you, why would you fuck with them? And I'm not saying everybody fuck with them, but I get too many cases of people who dealing with legalese who's reaching out to an Aboriginal Moor and then at the same time saying, oh yeah, Moor helped me, but a Moor is not from here, Moor's from over there. And this man is telling you his people is Aboriginal to here. But because he using that term, who the fuck give you the power? Who the fuck appointed you the fucking Mama Namatak or the chiefs of all chiefs to tell a motherfucking another a Tanchan who the fuck they are and where they from? When you got no knowledge about none of this shit. People is babies when it comes to this Moor topic. They babies. You're in the back chat listening to other Aboriginals who's confused and say, oh, well, Moors came here and did. No, it was Catholic Moors and Christians that came here and did what they did. There was other brothers and sisters that was over there that got converted and got killed, and some of them, a lot of them came back to where they was originally from. So you need to get the story straight. It's not all you put a fucking you put a target on all Moors back and not understanding the so-called Christian Moors from the so-called Moros people who was already connected to the Amaru. Moru, right? Amaru Moru, right? Just so go figure that, right? Go figure that this continent is called Amaru Moru, right? And we see Moru every time that they calling somebody a goddamn Moor. They saying Moru or Moros. Moros right here, look. Moros right here ain't nothing but the same as Moru. It's the same goddamn thing. If you know etymology and you understand how these words and these terms are broken down, right? Even here, when they get into all these people they describe, and they still calling them the mortals. They still calling them mortals, right? They still calling them mortals, right? Ain't they still calling them mortals? But then when you look at mortals, then the turns to the term black. Now I don't know what type of people was on the fucking yellow bus who don't understand this shit according to the definition, because people have so much of invested interest to be part of a certain crowd. I don't want to be part of none of y'all motherfuckers crowd. I don't want to be at none of your motherfucking um your fucking feather parties. I don't want to be part of none of that shit. If you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. Let's just keep it that way. But just know we're not gonna keep having these conversations, and A1 gonna keep on being cordial with individuals. Don't come around and disrespect me. I don't disrespect nobody else. Disrespect me. Whatever you get out of that exchange is what you deserve. Because I've been respectful to all of the women over here. I've been respectful to all of the niggas over here. I've been respectful to a lot of people over here. And at the same time putting all this motherfucking information out, right? People love A1 when I talk about the Aborigines or the Tonchas without putting the terminology more on it, right? But as soon as I put the terminology more on it, everybody got a problem. Oh, you're not from here. You're not from here. Oh, I know. I heard this person say this, or I got evidence showing that Moors are from North Africa and from Morocco, but I just showed you Morocco and Florida. So now we got another problem now, right? Oh, the buildings over there in Morocco is the same buildings in Florida, right? And Mexico, right? Same goddamn thing. They comparing it to Montezuma, right? Been showing this shit for years, man. And it's like, you know what? For the people who rock with me, they understand. For the people who don't rock with me, they ain't never gonna get it, right? But don't you see, look, check this out, right? Check this out. This is how I know the term Moor come from the term Moru, which is the Amaru. I don't give a fuck. Niggas don't understand that. This is look, people don't understand it now. But in another year or 2 years from now, everybody gonna be saying the same thing. Just like everybody was when nobody talking about no black slaves, when everybody was talking about white people was over here running this shit. I was one of the only people who was telling people different. I was one of the only people out here telling people different. Who went through a whole 1830 slave manual, black slave owner manual, who went into William Ellison before this bitch ass nigga Cormel went on my page and copied my fucking whole presentation and then act like he ain't get it from me. At least say thanks, A1. I appreciate the information. Would you mind if I use some of the content? But don't act like you ain't know it. I was one of the people who put it out. I was the person who put it out there. I ain't never hear nobody else in the community talk about no William Ellison. But just ironically, after I put a video up, everybody want to do a fucking now all of a sudden, I've been knew about William Ellison. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You lying ass motherfuckers, man. Let's continue, man. Let's continue this shit. Okay. Look. All right. So look. Check this out, right? Oh, you know what? Let me go back really quick and just show you the Mauritanian thing, right? That we got a live account for somebody in 1846 saying that Mauritania was where the Rio Grande was at, right? We got a live account of somebody saying that, right? But only someone or some people or individuals who really just want to stay stuck on that Indian shit. So I can be an American Aborigine and a Tanchan without never being a fucking Indian, without never being connected to none of that primitive ass Indian shit that people be out here showing. Everybody was showing. Now you got motherfucker, we ain't never wear no fucking war bonnets. Never. None of our people never wore bonnets. We wore feather crowns and motherfucking turbans. This is not a turban because you don't want it to be connected over there, right? But the buildings and all this other shit is connected over there, right? This is what I'm saying. This shit is fucking ridiculous at a certain point in time, right? So look, once again, being dark. We're in black. I mean, we know the original term of black means bleach or old pale, right? But for the sake of what they're saying as a color, we know that black, when you see it, it's a dark color, right? So being a dark people in relations to Europeans, right? Their name in the Middle Ages was a synonym for Negroes. Now you motherfuckers always say, "Oh, Negroes was the first people. The first people who was classified Negroes was American Indian." But now all of a sudden, when they saying that the word was synonym with the term Moor, now all of a sudden, oh, nah, that part right there don't add up. Nah, we're not them people. That part right there don't add up, right? And this is a whole definition full. And I'm showing you full of information dealing with the Americas and connecting the motherfucking dots and showing and proving. After all this information, you'll still get somebody who ain't none of this shit penetrates or none of this shit made any sense to that will still come back and tell me the same goddamn thing. And after a while, that shit get tiring because it's like, yo, you playing on my fucking intelligence. So all this information I presented means nothing, or this is just my perception from everything that I'm putting out here. This is my perception. Okay. So being a dark people, it's a fucking descriptive term. Moros means black, right? Which is also a descriptive term, right? Now we keep seeing this term Moro. Moro is more Mooro is Muru. It's the same fucking thing. Now, why do we got a part of the word of this continent being called the Amaru Moru, and then we seeing Moro, and then they calling people Moors, and then we seeing people over here called Moors who originally from the Moru, but we sit up here saying, "Oh no, we're not them. We're not them." I can't look. I can't help nobody. I can't save everybody. I only can save myself and other people who are willing to understand or willing to at least agree to disagree with the information that's being presented, right? But check this out, right? So once again, do I gotta go pull the word Negro up for the fucking 1,000th time and show you and cross-reference the term Negro? Do I have to pull that up again for the 1,000th time? It's like, yo, this shit is repetitive, and everybody going back and all of the slander that they put out about these people. Everybody seemed to be using all of the so-called, how do you say, all of the so-called conspiracies and a lot of the slander that they putting out on, and actually in a lot of cases it is you, whether you agree to disagree. Okay, so once again, right, A1 is a Moor, right? For two reasons. I'm from the Amaru Moor, right? And I'm also a dark complexion person, right? But you Negroes, when it's convenient for you, you have no problem with being black. You have no problem with being Negro. You have no problem with being African American. And like I told you, if these niggas start giving out checks today and tell you, only thing you have to do to get this couple $1 million that we're going to give you is sign African American on a dotted line, half of you motherfuckers gonna be the first one doing it. Half of you gonna be the look. I stand on what I say. I don't want no reparations for being no slave. I want to attach myself back to my original history and my original culture. And I don't want the history to keep coming from some of these Europeans. And these people got a whole script to where some people read from the whole script and take everything in that so-called script literally, right? So even when you get right here, right? So Moro is supposed to be right? Spanish, right? No, Moro is Moro. It's not Spanish, right? Where else do we see Moro at, right? Don't we see Moro right here? The term Moro literally means Moor. It's commonly used when referring to the ancient Indians of the valley and the village, right? But you'll get somebody that'll say, oh, that's pseudo. Well, everything you read is pseudo because everything come from the general education. What's the name? And I read that, I put that out there, and I put emphasis. I emphatically said this shit and showed and proved and showed people that all of the education that we're being taught came from people who didn't have our best interests at hand. Told you about cross-referencing, told you about decoding, deciphering, learning how to analyze and being analytical when it comes to this research. Okay? So, I mean, they're going to turn moral again, right? Now, why would that term moral be different from this term moral, right? Hold on, I think I got, all right, here you go. Amaru Muru. Even though it's spelled Meru, it's the same as Moro. It's the same goddamn thing. It's the same as Muru. It's all the fucking same unless you see that the R is in a different place, right? And even when you get right here to this part right here, right? Even when you get right here, Moros is Moru. It's the same goddamn thing. It's Moru right here, Moru right here. So how do all these different so-called cultures got the same goddamn term for these people? If these are all different cultures. And then we see the motherfucking term again right here. And it's like, yo, people would just dismiss the information and the research. But as long as I'm talking about the Cherokee and talking about, oh, we was running around here butt motherfucking naked chasing deers and we was over there doing all this, people will be happy as hell with that information. But as soon as I take it a step further and connect some information and not even try to apply it to anybody, just saying, well, maybe you want to just understand why I say what I say, because I'm seeing this shit too much in my research. And for years, I've been seeing it too much in my research. Had a debate with this clown Kidwa. But shout out to Kidwa. I think me and Kidwa, we made peace or whatever. But shout out to him, right? My debate was about people being called Moors. I didn't have to prove that nobody was a Moor. All I had to do was prove that American Indians was being called Moor. That's all I had to fucking prove. I didn't have to prove nothing else. And I proved that. Okay? So understand the term Amaru, Maru is where the term America come from. And when you see Moru, Moru is Mary. Moru is also, this is where the term Morocco came from. Yeah, I know. It don't look like the same spelling. I get it. I get it. I'm bugging, right? But guess what? This ain't the same fucking spelling either. This ain't the same fucking spelling either. And if you want to say that this ain't the word, then show me where the fuck Morocco is at on this goddamn map of Barbary. Because we right up here, we pulled up to the area to where Morocco's supposed to be at. And guess what? We don't see Morocco spelled Omorocco. We don't see no Morocco spelling, but we do see a variation of what the term Morocco be spelled Maruccos, right? But then guess what? We go back here, right? We go back here. Hey, you know what? I think hold up. Shit. We go back here. Hold up. We go back here and we see Morocco spelled the same goddamn way. The same fucking way. In Florida. And in Florida, they got these same structures that we see over there in Europe, right? Now check this out. Let's cross-reference something else, right? That most people, this shit gonna fly over people's head, right? Right? Let's go back to Mr. Stevenson of Georgia, right? Oh, this is pseudo A1. I don't believe it. Okay, well, guess what? I don't listen. I don't know if it's a fact about something and it's clear, then I don't see no reason why they would be applying this term over here if they already know it came from over there. Unless this term really did come from over here and they just don't want you to understand it because they already done buried the fucking history. You got to go back and do massive research to even find them out, to find out what the fuck was going on, even here in America, period. Right? Now check this out. So we showed buildings, right? Show buildings. Check this out, right? So why would this be preposterous, right? Or why would this be ridiculous for me to say what I'm about to say, right? Look, we're here, boom. We're in Mexico right now, right? Once again, now we're gonna cross-reference some other shit, right? That's gonna fly over fucking people's head like it usually does, right? We in so-called Mexico, right? You see all of these so-called structures that people consider to be Moorish structures, right? All these so-called structures in Mexico, right? In Mexico, right? You see all these so-called structures that some people would consider to be Moorish structures, right? In Mexico, right? But check this out, right? All of these so-called structures. We can go on and on and on and on and on. Let's click on this real quick. Hold up. Look at this. See this? Same exact thing we see over here in fucking Europe, right? So at what point in time am I making this shit up? Right? Same fucking thing we see in Europe, right? But this is in Mexico, right? Now check this out. Let's go back to 1846, right? And let's see. And let me just show the title just so people will know exactly what's being said, right? Mr. Stevenson of Georgia, right? It's dealing with the Mexican War, right? I don't know why it's coming out like this. Let me see if did I open it up again. No, I didn't open it up again. This is right here. So you see Mr. Stevenson of Georgia, right? The Mexican War. If you can see, this is from the House of Representatives, U.S. June something 1846. You can't see because it's kind of blurry right now, right? Let me see if I close it out. I don't know why the fuck it's blurry. It don't normally be blurry though. But this is in 1846, right? Now check this out. Let's see if we can cross-reference them so-called Moorish structures in Mexico, right? Hold on. Let me go down. Well, okay. This whole shit look blurry. And understand this too, right? I might not fuck with everybody, and everybody might not fuck with me, but I know I got people in the chat room who been A1 from day one who got mad love for me, and I got mad love for y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? Period. Regardless of who fuck with me, who don't fuck with me, who like what I say, or who have an issue with me. I got enough people rocking with me. So at the end of the day, like I'm good. I got enough people rocking with me, right? So we gonna go down right here, right? Let's deal with this right here. And let's say that this shit is pseudo too, and we can find evidence of the same structures you see is coming from where the fuck you say Moors came from, right? All right, so we read this before. The stupendous desert between the nuances and the Bravo, the Rio Grande of Del Norte. Oh, let me go back out. All right. It said the rivers are the natural boundaries between the Anglo-Saxons and the Mauritanian races, right? Now this is in America, right? Why are they saying Mauritanian races in America? Oh, they came from Mauritania, Mauritania over there, and now they're here, and now they're saying that they're Mauritania. It had to be a Mauritania in America. Period. It had to be one. It had to be one. It had to be one. They covering up like they covering every fucking thing else up. If we could find a Morocco over, I'm quite sure we could find a Mauritania. I just haven't found it yet. And I'm not saying that for definite, but I'm quite sure that if this individual in 1846, right, saying the Mauritanian, the Anglo-Saxon and Mauritanian races, right, it's saying there ends the valley of the West, right? There Mexico begins. Thence beyond the Bravo begins the Moorish people, right? And their Indian associates, right? To whom Mexico properly belongs to, right? So if Mexico properly belongs to the goddamn Indians, right? Then why the fuck we see all these goddamn structures in Mexico, right? That we could say is more structures, right? You tell me. Please explain this one to me. Please. And we don't know, we don't only see it in Mexico where they saying that the Moorish people own Mexico, but we also see in Morocco and Florida where we see these same fucking structures at, right? But it's either we built this, right? We Indians built this, right? When most people saying Moors built it, right? Or the next thing what people going to say is, oh well, we didn't build these structures, right? And let me just ask a question to the brothers and sisters in the chat room, right? And like I said, look, listen, all responses is good. So whether you know what I'm saying, just be respectfully about it, okay? Because if you're not gonna be respectful, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna block your ass, okay? So let's be respectful whether you agree or disagree, right? So we got 152 people in here. Peace to all the guys, peace to all the goddesses, right? Question to everybody in the chat room, right? These structures that I'm showing y'all, right? Do you believe your people was fucking playing around, chopping down fucking branches and building fucking TPs and wampans? Or do you believe your people was responsible for these fucking structures that I'm showing you in Mexico and Florida, whether or not you want to apply that term on you or not? If so, if you agree, press 1. If you disagree, press 2. We got 152 people in here. Let me know something. I'm asking the people. Now, mind you, right? Most the brothers and sisters in my chat room, all of them are Indians. I got a few Moors up in there, right? But most of these people that's in my chat room are all Indians, right? So your people responsible. It said depend on who South was considered Mexico. Yeah, but Father Aborigine, remember, the South was Florida. Mexico wasn't even Mexico. Mexico was Florida. Mexico was Florida. Do we got to go to the maps to show you how far Mexico was? I ain't get enough ones. I ain't see no twos. And I know some of you fucking haters is out there. We got 154 people in here. I'm quite sure at least 4 of the people that's in the chat room, if not more, are haters of A1. So I want to see some twos. I want to see some twos. Did your people build them structures that we can cross-reference them throughout the Americas, and then we could cross-reference them over there in North Africa, well, Mediterranean region? Same structures. And then we getting evidence of saying that we left from over here and went over there. Come on, man. The gig is up, man. The gig been up a long time, man. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't profess none of this shit upon nobody. I just report back to the Aborigine and show the research that I got. I tell nobody who the fuck they be. Who the fuck am I to tell you who you are? Even from day one, well, then again, I did tell y'all Aborigines. I did tell y'all at one point in time, y'all was Indians. I mean, considering the research that I've ran across, right? I did at one point in time say that, right? That's a fact, right? I did say that at one point in time. This is a fact, right? The gig been up. Do anybody disagree with these structures that they're calling Moorish structures that was built by the Aborigines here? Do anybody disagree? This is your time to disagree. Press 2 if you disagree. Press 2 if you disagree. I'm waiting. I want to see a fucking 2. Okay? All right. We ain't got no tools up here. I ain't going to continue to wait, right? So look, peace to the guys, man. Peace to the goddesses, man. Love and light to everybody, man. Love you. Love everybody who love me. Look, the 4 people dropped out because now it's only 150 people in there, right? It was 154 people. Now it's 100. I guess the 4 people dropped out who, who don't agree. And that's cool. Yeah, you ain't got to agree with me. But just say one thing. A1 is showing and cross-referencing research. You said I got a 2? Let me see. Where 2 at? Where 2? You gave me a 2. Midwest Queen. Let me see, son. I know you ain't giving me no 2, Midwest Queen. Oh, all right. Y'all chosen. Gave me a 2. All right, cool. That's cool. If you disagree, cool. I ain't gonna force. Ain't nobody putting no 4-5 to your head, making you acquiesce to what I'm saying. The evidence is out here. I'm showing you the evidence. Since none of these other motherfucking Aborigines want to be real about anything and show you anything other than some fucking primitive ass Indians, and then they ride off of the other now, like I said, when we lived in TPs, we was mixed with Mongoloid. The next minute, everybody abandoned that shit, right? But they still practicing Native American culture. They don't know about none of the structures here, the World's Fair, none of these buildings we seeing all down the coast of North America, all the way even into the Caribbean, and even in Haiti, even in Jamaica, even in Dominican Republic, even in Boricua or the island of Boricua, right? And even in Central and South America, right? We're seeing the same consistent structures all over the fucking place that people saying came from over there. So once again, right? Let's go back to this one more time, right? Because I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna drop the link. All right. So look, once again, right? Once again, right? Ah, the stupendous deserts between the nuances and the Bravo, right? The Rio Grande or Del Norte River are the natural boundaries between the Anglo-Saxon and the Mauritanian races. There ends the Valley of the West. There Mexico begins. Thence, beyond the Bravo, begins the Moorish people, right? And their Indian associates to whom Mexico properly belonged to. So you think Mexico properly belonged to the Indian associates or do it belong to the Moorish people? Like I said, man, you agree to disagree. Well, don't say that I don't put no information out there when it pertains to any of this shit. That'd be the furthest thing from the goddamn truth, right? I think this a map of Florida right here. Let me see. Look, now this map do got Mexico on it, right? Where Texas was at one point in time, right? Mexico, right? But the Quay, the QUE is the land, right? So Mexi or whatever Mex, you know what I'm saying, originally meant, right? Because the QUE is also the KI and the CA, right? It's the same goddamn thing, right? So this is where Florida went from. Florida went all the way from right here, all the way into where? Don't we see the Yucatan right here at the bottom right here? And look where the Rio Bravo is at. Bravo is at. Look, Rio Bravo, right? Rio Bravo, right? Right here, right? Let me see something. Let me see if I can still see Morocco on this map. Probably not. Probably not. So we see where the Rio Bravo's at right here, where Yucatan, the Yucatan Peninsula at, right? And I tell you like this, man, all of this shit is all connected, man, to all of this biblical shit, right? In the Americas, this biblical shit, people was over here writing what you consider to be Hebrews, but I don't consider them people to be Hebrews because I know that the Hebrew culture came from the Sumerian culture came from Phoenician, and then when you get on all that, they start talking about the Anunnaki and all this other shit, right? So even when they telling you that you are a god, you are dismissed. Ain't no such thing, no Anunnaki, but all of these stories lead up to that shit. It all leads up to it. Whether you can connect yourself with it or you can't connect yourself with it. And like I said, y'all already know how I get. I deal with the mystics. I can deal with all of that, all of the civilized. I can do all of that shit. We can do all of that shit, but that shit ain't getting me nowhere. Okay, so we see the real Bravo right here at the bottom of the page, right here. It's right here. Let me hide this. This is where the real Bravo is at. See? Hmm. Interesting, right? Right here. And this is what Florida. Now I got another map. Let me see. Let me see something. Well, this is the same joint right there, right? But even when you get here, right? Look, I mean, we can duck and dodge it if you want to. I can dodge it. I can read this where they calling Moors African and understand that they're not correct with this shit, right? So even here, right? Say these Africans was Moors, right? Now listen, remember, Moor is a descriptive term, meaning that the people who are now called black at one point in time was called Moors, or people now called Negroes at one point in time was called Moors. No matter if you was, I mean, this is my interpretation. So if it doesn't apply to you, then just let it fly over your head or whatever. But at one point in time, because like we keep seeing the same goddamn thing, right? We keep seeing this, right? Look, it's saying these Africans were Moors, sometimes called Arab, some because of their language. We find Arabic or Islamic cultures in America. Where you think we get Ali Bamu? Ali Bamu. Ali Bamu is an actual fucking terminology for the state of Alabama. Algonquin and why is we getting all of this shit over here with these different terminologies that ain't supposed to be indigenous to America? And every time you find these so-called cultures, you can't connect yourself with it because you're biased and you don't understand what the fuck is going on. So it's saying sometimes called Arab because of their language. To the earlier Greeks, remember the Greeks are Minoans and the Greeks was Negroes too, so it would be no reason why they would be calling these motherfuckers more. But even when you get into the Minoan, right, they would tell you that the Minoan spoke Nahuatl. Nahuatl is coming from the Yucatan Peninsula. But let's keep it moving, man. It's saying to the earlier Greeks, the Moors were a dark, black, or dark people, mortals, right? Now we, like I said, the Greeks are the Minoan, so they lying even about that of them applying that term to us, because the Greeks was Negroes, or what you call Negroes, or you know what I'm saying. The Greeks are the Minoans. Fuck all them other terminology, because they would sit there and pick and choose and say, all right, well, first it was black people living here for 1,000 years, and then the white people came in here. These are the new tribe. No, 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 no. Duck and dodge that shit, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. And one more thing, right? So I'm gonna finish this right. So boom, all right, it's saying the Moors was a black or dark people, Moros, right? Moros, right? Moro, Moro. Same goddamn thing. Why do we see this goddamn word in the name of America? Amaru Moru, which is dealing with the serpentine mother, serpentine father. But people think the serpent empire never existed. Everybody know about the fucking Nagas. Everybody know Quetzalcoatl was called the serpent. Everybody know this shit at this point in time. You know what? Let me rephrase that. Everybody don't know it, obviously, right? Only the people who do their due diligence and do the research, right? And they're saying what? The Moors was a black or dark people, meaning mortal, right? Mortal, right? But then we also see moral in the term America. We also go back to, here, right? The term Moro literally mean more, right? Now, what would be the connection to this term Moro and the Greek calling people Moro, right? And then seeing their America is originally, hold up, that's right here, called Amaru Moru, right? What would be the connection to that? Is there a connection to that? Moru? What would be the odds that we have a Moru over here and then they call people called Moro people, right? or Moru people, right? What would be the odds of that happening? Oh no, that's not true. I can't even. And like I said, I can't say definitely that this is what's really going on. But according to the way words are constructed and how these words are being put together and how they keep changing the motherfucking vowels to confuse people, I have to say that according to my knowledge and my perception, the term Moor come from the term Amaru, Moru. I don't give a fuck who haven't put this information out there. I don't give a fuck who can relate to it. I don't give a fuck who don't understand it. This is my understanding. Yeah, you can challenge it, but I'm gonna show and prove with information. So if you don't agree, then just say, well, look, man, it has to be some connection to Meru, because it's being Muru, Moro, right? Well, why is the word constructed in the same sense? Why is it constructed the same thing? The only thing missing is the goddamn vowels. Sometimes you see a E, sometimes you see a U, sometimes you see an A, right? And then they switch it around. They move the vowels around, right? And like I said, this is my research. I don't know what other people doing these days with their life, but this is my research, right? So once again, the term moral literally mean more. Is there connection to the term moral and moral? Is there connection to it? I don't know. I'm looking at it, and according to how I look at wordplay, I'm looking at it that it has to be the same goddamn thing. Respectfully, right? Respectfully for the people who don't understand, right? And like I said, look, I can do this shit all night long. We can go through this all night long. Look, I got a whole file dealing with all of this shit, right? I got a whole file dealing with all this shit, right? And then other files to cross reference it with other shit, right? But for the sake of that, let's just end this bill, man. I'm about to put the chat in for my brothers to come on in and definitely um get a people some on what's going on. So let me stop this. I'm going to put the link in the description. So if you're still in the chat room, Truth and Ab TV, come on in and let the people know what you're going to be doing tomorrow. All right, here we go. If you're a troll, well, then again, the link is really only for Ab TV and Truth. But if anybody got any questions that they don't understand after all this information that's been presented or whatever, and you have a question, you can hit the link and you could come in and ask me a question respectfully, right? Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, man. Peace to the aboriginals, north, south, central, as well as the conjoining islands. And you know what? While I'm waiting for them, like I told you, I can continue this shit for days. I'm gonna wait for them. If anybody come in, you got a question, just come on in. But for the meantime, I'm going back and I'm gonna go back into my bag and we're gonna show some more shit. Thing was this? Did I show you guys this map? Let's see. I think that is the map of Florida right there. Right? Hold up for a second. I think I got something else right here. I want to show y'all. Hey, see, look, you got images like this, right? Look, we got images like this, right? Dressed up the same way that Tim Cohen, and you see, look where her fingers at, right? Oh, people thought the bill was over with. That's why people left out. Look at where her fingers at, where she pointing at, in the Florida area, right? Look where she's pointing at. See this? She's pointing at Florida, right? Look, this nigga got a gold chain around his neck, right? Got the look. I mean, this is the headdress that we wore over here. You see this? The turban with the what's the name of it? Whatever. What the fuck they call that shit? I can't think of the name of what they call it, right? But this is the type of shit we was wearing over here. Money grip. Mm. Oh, I know. I got some funny shit for y'all. Let me see if there's anybody come in. Let me see. Nope. Nothing here to see, right? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't even click the what's the name. My bad. Let me show y'all that again. I got something funny for y'all to see. Y'all gonna laugh at this shit right here. You can't see nothing. My bad. Let me go back. Look. Y'all gonna laugh at this shit right here. What up? They got it. Oh, let me click them in right there. You, GG. There
Yo,
you go. Peace, 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 peace. Let me just show them this one picture right here. Um, I got one video. You got a couple of minutes, so you gotta you hear me I think I went out. So look, you see this image right here? Look, this is America, okay? This nigga rocking a chain, dressed, got the same shit on. You see the motherfucking the so-called Timical wearing, right? Some people wore the feather crown. Some people wore that so-called head wrap, aka what most people refer to as a turban, right? But I'm not qualified to call it a turban. I'm gonna just call it a head wrap, right? With the same feathers on it, right? Right? And look where her fingers at. Look, I'm quite sure people seen this picture before, man. Damn, where the fuck you been? Look where her fingers at. You still with me, GG? You?
yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here
Where
again.
it look like her fingers point? Where it look like her fingers pointing at?
Like, where in America or like,
Yeah,
yeah, it
where in
looks like
America?
maybe like North Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee area somewhere. Maybe. I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean it could be Florida too. Remember, that's Florida right there, technically where we see her. I mean, it's still a Gullah Coast, right? But it's more wherever it's at. She's pointing to a region to somewhere where we from. And these obviously are Negroes, right? Once again, right? Obviously a Negro, right?
We don't know nowadays. It's
See?
could be these could be black Europeans, right? Or these
Oh,
could be black Dravidians. This could be anybody, right?
not dressed like you see the Aboriginals dress here. You see the same shit. And when they show you, look, let's see. Now look, is there similarities to what we seeing in this picture? Do he got similar stuff? And this nigga got fucking golden sandals on, and the nigga in the chair got sandals on too, right? They dress the same, man. He just ain't got all this on, but he do got a gold chain on, right? It still got the little side things, like Kobe Bryant wear this and shit. Right.
Yeah, I've seen several
Right.
depictions of the people they say they found here, and they all have similar cultural and clothing, depictions associated with it.
I mean, yeah, right. Go figure that, right? Go figure that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna play one video. It's only a couple minutes, and then you can have it. You can have the floor. Okay, you got a couple minutes, right?
Oh yeah, you good? I'm chilling.
All right, okay. I think if you get a chance, hit up Truth if he got time to come through and just definitely give a brief spill or build on what the lecture gonna be about. I mean, we know it's gonna be about DNA, but just definitely just give people some good insight when it comes to that, right? So I got a funny ass video for y'all niggas gonna laugh like a motherfucker, yo. Matter of fact, I already got it pulled up. Just right here. Listen, this shit funny as hell. Look, check this out. How long is it? Like 9 minutes. So look. Yeah, let me play it. Hold up. Hide this.
You know what, guys? I'm really not trying to debate about no white people right now. Debate. The Moors are the original free white persons. That had nothing to do with being Caucasian. Right? It's a legal term, not a skin color. Look it up in Black's Law Dictionary. Get an old fourth edition, though. 1970 when they really can't see it. Ignorance or deletion is no excuse for not knowing the law. But the government loves to play hide and seek with the truth. It's not a question of do I want to stay or go. Tell you what. You and your buddy there, y'all keep figuring this out. I got a plane to catch. Used to make a little with a gun in my hand. So I ain't with no prizes for brain. And I was rolling with a cat who had a permit to carry a gun. We got stopped. And because I was a convicted felon, I got 5 years. You're the law. You're not supposed to be anywhere near a gun. Yeah, but the Constitution also says I have a right to bear arms. Those power is a piece of my hand. So I wasted that nickel. The streets don't respect you unless you got any voice. I ain't got no gangsters, ain't no punks. Back in the day, all real gangsters wanted to praise about some ass, some dude disrespected you. Like you, D-Dog. Shot your own people. But what about cops came? There you go, throwing your hands up. I'm with the gun down, officer. I ain't got no gun. Yes, officer, I put the gun down for you. Why don't you shoot the cop too, D-Dog? Don't shoot. Come on, let's cool it out. Right? Get gun now. Easy. What are you going to the locking tonight? Come on. Now, there's something you'd like to share with the boys?
You see, guns were my thing.
Nah, you like to steal.
That's true. That's true. But see, I like to use the word con. Yeah, because you see that captures the artistry. Let's take the feds for example. The best con of all. See, they've been stealing from us for years, manipulating the money system, the money supply, and the interest rate. Not to mention by encouraging the so-called free enterprise. And on top of that, they've used mind games, like the Patriot Act, Osama bin Laden, red alerts. See, they do that to scare the hell out of everybody, so the right hand doesn't see the left hand cupping the money. You see that? That right there, that's a con.
And they want to send us overseas to fight for this country. And you come back and you're still a nickel.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. The infrastructure of this country is falling apart. And they're sending more troops over and more money over there to control border, all in the name of God. The black community used to be self-sufficient before they brainwashed us to believe that we had to be like them.
Civil rights.
How else would they get the $890 billion that black folks spend every year?
Civil rights.
And we still go to the worst schools. Look at me. Our kids are lost. If we don't do something, they're going to end up dead or in here with their fathers and their grandfathers.
Working like slaves. Divide and conquer, man. That's how they got us. That's why crack was introduced in our neighborhoods. Guys, it's not that bad. Shit, you said that's what you do like in 21.
And when we get out of here, what have you done to ensure that we're ready for what's waiting?
People don't want nothing nowhere.
We're the only people don't know where we come from, don't know where we at, and don't know where we going.
Y'all don't even understand this game. I double my money. You should double your money. Oh, shit on that. Oh, that money you had. Look at you now. Asians, Italians, Jews, everybody come over here and make something out of themselves. Even the gays got their own city.
We right here and can't figure out that this our land in the first place. We've been letting people steal it from us because we don't have no papers or nothing. Tricked us into believing we all come over on the slave ships.
Well, I got papers. And ain't nobody taking nothing from me. So you can stay here and be stupid as long as you like. Hands up. Come on, today when we sit looking at you. Don't want.
Yes, sir. Look at me, man. You're around the track like one of the horses.
Well, on the horse.
Oh, right here. 300 or 400 Indians who call themselves the Manhattoes are living.
See, you think you can be
of the Manhattoes are living.
See, the fact that you think you can move me, period, is what really gets to me. This is the last time I'm telling you. I'm not selling. So you can go straight to hell, Levine. Let's get out of here. Come on.
Here it goes, folks, right here. 3 or 4 Indians who call themselves the Manhattans were living on this island of Manhattan when ending his way 609, seeking a short route to the Indies. Redmond still live on Manhattan. A fact learned with some surprise when the head of chief of all indigenous Americans appeared at the City Hall in 1933 to plead for the establishment of a small reservation in order that a few families might there continue their aboriginal life for the instruction of the other inhabitants of the mighty land of New York.
I know who I am. No, I'm a Moor, just like you. You weren't ever slaves. My father's grandfather left the standard. This one little piece. That house is all that's left of the original home. I'm the only one for dear life. Right now. You from the mouth of the one true God. Hear me, my honored, noble, and fierce Moorish ancestors. I will never dishonor you.
Peace to the guys, man. Peace to the guys. I know people found that shit to be funny. Peace to the definitely. Av, go ahead, man. The floor is yours, man.
How the hell I'm supposed to go after that right there, gang? They was dropping hella jewels right there, though. They was
And you
what's the
heard
name
him.
of that?
He ain't. That's called stick up kid, right? He ain't differentiate. He said Mahatas. And you see how they connect the land, he's saying slave, but they still saying that they more. So obviously people know something that we don't fucking know. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's just my opinion of it. I don't know. Maybe that shit could just be all fucking theatrics and all fucking acting. I don't know. But I can tell you a few things of what I got from all of this shit, right? All this shit connects whether people agree or disagree. A1 gonna continue to be a Moor. I'm gonna continue to say what I say. Just if you don't agree with anything that I'm saying, just do it respectfully. Because like I said, I'm sure a lot of people respect, but I can be a motherfucker too. Trust and believe that. So at the end of the day, man, peace to the guys, man. Peace to the goddesses. Peace to all A1 from day one. And peace to all the brothers and sisters in the chat room, man. Peace. But go ahead, it's your floor, man. If you want to rock.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to all the American Aborigines. Appreciate everybody tapping in. As always, A1 giving the platform. Yeah, man, we got the pay-per-view coming up tomorrow, 9 p.m. EST. The Dark Side of DNA Part 2. You know, me and the brother Truth Searcher is going to be, breaking down some information in regards. I had part 1. I broke down a few things. We're gonna, go over that a little bit more in depth. How the results, are accumulated. The difference between the mitochondria, the Y, the autosomal. Like, we're gonna cover a little bit of that. We're gonna also show how, basically they've been using your genetic sequences and mappings to create other types of organisms, clones, shit like that as well. And we're gonna talk about some stem cell research, you know, what they do with the stem cells, a little bit of the history of that. So we're gonna be covering a lot. We're gonna talk about, you know, some of the results that they have found through doing a little testing that don't go along with their narrative that you don't really hear about. You know, so yeah, we're gonna cover a lot in a 2.5 hour span. We're gonna really go for 3, but we probably do about 2 hours of content and then try to give an hour for people to ask questions and get more clarity on some of the topics that we have. Right now, I think we have about 8 to 10 specific topics we're gonna cover specifically, and we'll reveal those in the beginning of the live stream. And yeah, man, that's pretty much what we got going on. You got any questions? Anybody
Yeah,
got any comments,
before I
concerns?
get into questions, just once again, I'm gonna put, let me see something. Hold up. I'm gonna put your Cash App handle up there, and go ahead. You can go from there. Just tell people exactly like how the process gonna go, and make sure you put emphasis on it because last time we did a pay-per-view, a lot of people didn't put their emails in, and it's I can't. If you don't put your email in, it's no way that he can contact you once you pay it. So once you pay it, if you don't know you ain't put your email in, you don't get the link and the joint start. You know what I'm saying? It's like I mean, you don't want nobody to be shorted or feel like they paid. Make sure you put your email in the description of the Cash App, please. It's very important, very imperative that you do that if you're gonna be tending the pay-per-view. I mean, go ahead, but you go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a fact. Last pay-per-view, we did pretty good. We didn't have that many people who you know, who didn't send in their emails. So that's why we decided to utilize this system once again. Once again, we trying to keep everything in-house and try not to use third-party intermediaries who want to take a percentage, right? We trying to do everything ourselves. We trying to motherfucking create everything, and we trying to fund everything, and we trying to reap all the benefits the same way. We don't want all these other platforms and apps taking their cut. Excuse me, y'all. I'm fixing food for the babies. But so yeah, it's very important that you put your email in the note, is what they call it on Cash App. And as soon as you do that, we'll probably have that over to you within 5 or 10 minutes of you sending it in. That's usually the average time it takes. But I did see that somebody had ordered a ticket. I'm gonna tell you, somebody ordered a ticket not too long ago while you was live. Oh, I think it was Nonetheless. Shout out to Nonetheless for ordering a ticket. So yeah, that's how we doing it.
Nonetheless, man.
I'm
Nonetheless, always support the brothers, man. The peace of my God, nonetheless, man. That's my brother, the A1 from day one, man.
I'm creating. I got other things I'm trying to use to create. Like, you know, you got Eventbrite. You got all these other shit you can use for events. But like I said, I ain't really interested in giving them a cut or nothing. Right?
That's a fact.
See, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a
So
fact.
we got to do a little bit of extra work. We got to send it individually. We got to do that, and we just gonna have to do that because at the end of the day, we work too hard to put this together to be cutting people in who ain't even doing no work or putting in on it. So yeah, that's how we going. And once again, we appreciate everybody who's already got tickets and everybody who's going to get tickets in the future. Also, we're gonna be giving away some tickets. We already got some sponsored tickets. I think we got like 4 or 5 people who already sponsored free tickets for people who may not have the money right now but still want to attend. I assume there's probably gonna be some more donations. We got a lot of sponsors and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Also, we're gonna be giving away some shoes. We're gonna be giving away some shirts, some merchandise. We're gonna be giving away a lot of different things from our different affiliates with the Digital Black Dollar in the next 24 hours. You know what I mean? So Y'all be on the lookout for that. We will have a pregame on the Ghost of Aboriginal TV. If y'all not subscribed, y'all should go there and subscribe. What else? I think that's it, gang. Yeah, so we on channel number 3, A1. We on channel number 3.
Man, yeah, we know how these niggas be hating though, but definitely we got 99 people in the chat room, and I don't know how many people gonna view this video later on. Please go to what's the channel again? Matter of fact, hold up. Put it in the chat room. You can put it in the chat room.
What you talking about? With my channel?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know you got a new channel. This shit don't pop up sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So just so you can get the subscribers over there, because I know my video gonna do at least 2,000-3,000 views. So definitely subscribe to my brother. It's a good brother. Ab TV been doing this shit from day one. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I knew Ab for about what, at least about what, since 2015.
Yeah,
So
it's
we
been a minute. The time
got
starts, you know what I'm saying? The time
man,
starting to melt together. I don't even know what the hell day, time, year it is anymore. It seems like we just going through cycles a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
nigga, you know time passing, nigga. You seeing them babies grow like trees. Like shit. I remember my daughter was when she was small, man. Now she in fucking high school, man. I'm like, God damn,
That's
we
my
all
right there, A1. At the I just put it in there. You gotta
all
make
right.
me a mod though, in order for them to be able to click on it.
So look, everybody, you get a chance, go to Ghost of Aboriginal TV. Please go to it and just subscribe, support the brother. The brother do good work. And as a result of the brother putting a lot of this information out there, his channel got snagged. And this information ain't for him because he already know it. This information is for the Aborigines and the Tonchans and the indigenous people. You know what I'm saying? And just to put the people up on game to the shit that's going on and the shit that been happening to us. So definitely, man, support the brother Truth. The brother Truth do good research and he's very articulate. As far as Av TV too, man. Av TV is very good. When I first met him, we was talking about DNA and um all of this stuff, man. All this scientific and biological information. So you know what I'm saying? This shit all connects, right? When we put it all together, it all connects, right? You still with me, all right?
Oh, I was saying, can you mod somebody for me? They could post my links while we talking.
Hold on, how do I mod somebody? What you mean?
Oh, you gonna have to go to your actual channel, like on YouTube. You can't do it from StreamYard.
Hold on, I got mods in there. I mean, I'm quite sure I got some mod. What you like? Explain to me what I need to do, cause I don't know y'all motherfucker. I'm savvy with it once I learn it, but like I ain't really been doing no build, so a lot of this shit, like I know the basics of it. Let me see something.
All right, I'm about to make it easy for you, right? So I'm gonna text you your channel on YouTube. All you gotta do is click on it and then uh then you'll be able to see the chat.
Oh no, I'm about to go to my I'm about to go to the video. Oh, you just sent it to me. Hold up, I'm going to the video now as we speaking, cause I normally have it pulled up, but I ain't even had this shit pulled up. But I'm about to go to it now. I can do it from here, right? Once I click onto my video, right?
You can either make Gretchen, Crypto Cakes is Gretchen, or you can make Elizabeth or my both of them got all the links and shit.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold up. Gretchen is definitely in mine. Shit. Where you? Hold on. Let me see something. Yeah, let me see something. We on the second one. Hold up. Boom. Hmm. Damn, the first video already done cracked over 1,300 views. Let's see something. Hold up. Yeah. All right. Hold up. Let me see something. So you said, all right. Hold up. Hold up. I thought Crystal Cakes had a wrench. Let me see something. All right, here go mine. You get a wrench. Mr. Fly brother, this nigga, he been rocking with me from day one, brother. Peace to the God, man. Brother Roger W. Peace, peace,
Shout out to
peace.
Mr. Fly brother. He been around for a minute.
A long time, brother. This brother been around for a long time, bro. That's why I say, man, you know who people who interested in the information, man. You know what I'm saying? So definitely peace to everybody, man. Like I said, this, we constantly evolving, and like I said, I'm getting some work done to my truck. So shit, I got a little time on my hands until that shit get done before I go back to work. But for the most part, man, peace to everybody, man. How y'all feel? Hold up. I made Crystal Case. Crystal Case, I made you a moderator. Can you please put Ab TV information in the chat room? Or in the in the chat room, please. You said I don't even see Gretchen. I normally see Gretchen all the time.
Yeah, she might got a new email. You know what I'm saying? Because that's her business. Right?
Okay. Um, you saying what? What the movie? What movie? That movie that I showed is called Stick Up Kids. Okay, it's called Stick Up Kids, and like I said, he dropped a lot of information in that. Information that we know outside of, some people will still sit there and think these individuals who say that they Indians and Moors at the same time are ignorant. And like that's up to the person interpretation, man. I'm done with this. Is gonna probably be my last video I do about Moors. I'm not. Don't hold me to that because you already know, man. Shit is always subject to change. But for now, this is probably gonna be my last video for a minute. But definitely that video was crazy, right?
That shit was crazy. I
Right.
can't cap. It was crazy. All right, that was super, super jewels. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, take it for whatever you want to take it for, right? But for it to be in a movie, especially with the caliber of actors that's in the movie, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's
Very
that's a fact, right? That's definitely a fact. Definitely one more time, once again, tomorrow 9 p.m. on January 25th, we're gonna have a heavyweight presentation. It's called the dark. Hold up. Let me get it right. Hold up, cause I've been fucking thinking a lot. Shit, man. I want to make sure I get it correctly. Let me find your flyer so we can show it again. Hold up. I know I got it right here. All right.
Yeah, either me or Truth will probably go live after you done. You know what I'm saying? I know he out doing some shit right now. I actually got Bill lined up. Like I could either do it today or tomorrow, but we're supposed to have a heavyweight jam tomorrow morning, so we'll see how that go.
Nah, no doubt. Definitely gonna have a heavyweight jam. So once again, right. So once again, we got the good brother Aboriginal TV, aka Ab TV, aka Guys of the Geechies, presenting the dark side of DNA Part 2 with the God Truth Searcher tomorrow at 9 p.m. Be there or be square. Once again, before we get out of here, I'm also gonna put his Cash App in my comment section. So if anybody need to get the Cash App, and I'm actually gonna put instructions in there too. So when I end the video, I'm gonna put his Cash App information in my comment section, as well as put the instructions on exactly what you need to do. And like I said, it's definitely imperative that you put that email address in, because there's no other way to get in contact with them unless you got Ab TV email already to where you could email them back. All right, so definitely, man. It's and once again, it's imperative. Once again, we got Ab TV presenting Ab TV and the God Truth Searcher presenting The Dark Side of DNA Part 2 tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. So definitely, man, peace to the brother, man. Definitely wish you all the success for all the research and work we have been putting out here, and for you losing your goddamn channel, right? For you definitely losing your channel, 2 channels, shit. But your main channel and shit that you had all that time, that was the channel you had all that time, right? You're Ab. I think Ab took out, but definitely support the live stream, the pay-per-view
Oh
tomorrow,
yeah, my
man.
bad. I was on mute talking like hell. Yeah, I had probably 1,000 hours on there. So I had a lot of 10-hour live streams, gang. I had a lot. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for the support. I got to be the most censored little baby YouTuber influencer there is, nigga. I ain't got no influence. But they stay censoring me like I got a million people listening. So, I'm gonna continue to zig.
That's how the shit. That's how the shit go down. They always hating and shit, but like I said, man, you'll rebound. I'm not saying that like it's easy to rebound from from doing some shit you didn't put together 6 years, but definitely, man, the brothers and sisters will definitely support you. So, at the end of the day, man, once again, before we get out of here, support the good brother Ab TV and my brother Truth Searcher. Please support it.
I'm going
Please.
live. I'm going live right now, A1. So make sure y'all tune in. I got some new genetic evidence of the peopling of America. So yeah, so we on tonight.
I mean, you gonna share that too? You gonna?
Yeah. It ain't pay-per-view, nigga. You was set. That's locked in, man. This is, just food for thought and conversation.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But once again, man, peace to everybody. Peace to all the people in the chat room. Peace to all my A1s from day ones. Peace to all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, and Conjoined Islands. Peace to the gods and peace to the motherfucking goddesses. And like I said, once again, um, everything ain't for everybody, but at the end of the day, like, we definitely, in this community, because I see a lot of nigga shit that, I don't try, I stay away from in real time. I stay away from a lot of the nigga shit. Because the nigga shit to me ain't never get me nowhere. And that's the shit that got me in trouble a lot. So definitely, man. What the fuck is this? Fuck is this? Yeah, no doubt though. We'll definitely support the bill tomorrow, man. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. And with that being said, it's your brother Ahanu Kiel, aka A1, aka Tonch, this one. And I'm out of here. Peace.